So, quick thing. Who wants to give me a summary of what happened last session?
There were two people who were... No. You know what, Perry? You do it. You do it, Perry. Do it, Perry.
Damn.
Was I here last time?
No, you weren't.
But you do know enough to know what happened.
Give me a second.
Are you able to just add the 3 that you recommended, Mr. Sen?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I didn't recommend a third one, but so.
Guerrilla Warfare, Mind Games.
Okay.
And not Study Tricks.
Alright.
From my understanding last time, basically crap has hit the fan.
Mm-hmm.
And Spero has basically said, "Hey, I'm gonna try to bring peace to Acre before the whole demon invasion kicks off and butchers about several billion people on the continent or the world. Either way, you can either side with me and help or not. As of right now, Aldwin, okay, I can't remember everyone's names, but I do know a portion of the party has said, "Screw that! Screw that."
Whitney, Searson, and Illum.
Okay, yeah, Whitney, Searson, Illum. They basically said, "Screw that noise! We're gonna buck against you."
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. What else? Yeah, that's basically the main thing that happened last time. Or the most important thing that was brought to my attention.
No, that's basically what happened. Oh, and the Revenants aren't hunting Alo anymore, but...
Oh, yeah, and that's calmed down too, but that's kind of a side note in comparison to what's kind of happened.
Yeah. So, with that note, so I assume you guys are heading immediately back to Leowyn after this. Are you?
Yeah.
No, we're just going to vacation a little bit
Sure.
more. Of course we're going back to Leowyn.
Aldwin's commissioning a stagecoach. We're fireballing our way back.
So it's gonna take you guys. It's gonna take you guys 7 days to get back. Almost a full Acrian week. It is gonna be the same day that you find out the information about. Hmm? What was that, Gabe?
Circles. Do we not have any teleportation circles?
I mean, Terrence does know the spell if he wishes to use it.
I do.
Do we have any teleportation circles in Leowyn? I assume we do.
Considering you have a Mage's Guild there, yes. What were you gonna say?
Wait, am I with them?
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, 1 second. Let me read the thing because I've forgotten it. That links their location to...
Also, we need to get one built on the castle.
So wait, do we need to have like another circle in town?
No, you can. Well, you can use another circle in town, or you can draw one yourself and basically just use it to teleport back.
You mean like I must have drawn it before we went there, right?
No, okay, so you're teleporting to another teleportation circle. There's already one in Leowyn because the Mage's Guild is there. You know that one. However, the one that you're going to use to transport yourself to that other one, you can either draw yourself or you can use the one that's already in the capital.
Oh, there is one in the capital?
Yeah, there's a Mage's Guild in the capital, so they would have their own.
I mean, if we don't want to deal with the mages, because, like, I don't know, they've been kind of assholes sometimes. I can draw our own. Like, what do you guys want?
I mean, it'll be.
Or rather,
It was more
so
advantageous to
Terrence,
have a
Terrence would say
teleportation
like,
circle.
So I know mages guilds have been kind of difficult sometimes. I mean, I can draw one if you guys want one.
It would be, well, I guess considering we're leaders of the city, it's not exactly that expensive. As if you want to make that
Yeah, I can buy
permanent, takes a year.
all the materials.
I think it's like
But
18,000 gold worth of materials, something like that.
It says here it's 50 GP.
For a year. So times that by 365 or however many days are in a year.
Well, he's only using it
Unless
for the single.
Keith says otherwise.
He's using it for the single one. He's not drawing.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we should make it permanent. That sounds like a problem.
Alright. You're
Okay,
you're the magic expert, not me.
So I think we should go like a little bit out of town. Like first buy the chucks and stuff, and then go out of town and draw it.
All right. So you proceed to do so. Terrence takes the time to cast the spell. It's his first time doing it. So you see, a couple magical sparks go off here and there. Aelor just watching Terrence cast the spell, just like silently critiquing him.
It's like watching it, it's like watching his son perform a spell for the first time. He's probably also a little giddy about it.
Probably not. He's just being. He's just stone faced right now.
Here's to us not ending up, I don't know, nowhere between dimensions.
So eventually,
to Nero's corridor place. Please no.
So eventually, you finish the spell. You clap your hands together. And a portal opens up to the Mages Guild in Leowyn.
Nice.
Hell.
He might not be a terrible wizard after all.
So do you guys go through?
And by wizard, I mean spellcaster. I'm not a wizard.
You are what you can be. You are what you dream to be, man.
Turns out Terrence was a wizard the whole time, but just extremely charismatic.
Oh my goodness.
Like, connected to the face somehow.
Play.
Just a wizard, but cute.
Oh my goodness.
There's like an orc who's like a very aggressive person who tries to convince people he's a wizard by punching them.
Alright, so into the Mages Guild we go.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you guys.
I mean. No, go on.
So you guys head through, and you guys pop up within the Mages Guild in Leowyn. There appears to have been just a student there who was sitting by a teleportation circle who seems to be reading a book. He kind of just almost chokes on his drink when he sees you guys come through.
Hi, sorry for startling you.
You're fine.
I'm sorry, what?
No, he said, you're fine.
No, I mean, that was in character, but again... yeah, we just came from... Wait, where were we exactly?
You were in Nim, the capital.
We were having a vacation.
Yeah, we just had to come. We were in the capital. We had to come in a hurry, and we figured we'd use this teleportation circle.
Ah, all right then.
Where are we supposed to be going?
Hey guys, where you guys supposed to be going?
Leowyn.
You guys are in Leowyn. Where to now?
Castle? I assume.
Right, depending on
Yeah,
what we need to be doing.
the rest.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, right. We gotta babysit the NPCs so they don't betray us. That's right.
Wow. See, Gabe, it's stuff like
Oh,
this that
yeah.
would get your friends to stab you in the back.
Well,
Yeah, just let's just say some stuff's about to go down, and we need to be ready.
Yeah, we need to spend time with our friends and family.
Ah,
So
okay.
so we can fight side by side and yeah.
The student seems weirded out, like he doesn't understand what bit was going on. He's like, okay. I'm just gonna go find a good place to read my book, and he's gonna. Don't say that out loud. And then he's
No part of
Hey.
Huh?
Who is your boss? Your employer?
Virno. Who else would it be?
Can you get him, please?
Last time I checked, about this time he'd be over at the castle with the rest of the council that you left in
I
charge.
want to talk with your manager.
That is what we're doing. We are going to the manager. Go.
Your manager's at the castle.
Alden will grab Circe by the collar.
And spears.
What were you gonna say, Perry?
At this point, Aldwin's getting behind everyone and shoving him towards the door. not rudefully, but clapping Kaladin on the back of the head and it's like go get.
Yeah, the student is gonna watch you guys go. He's gonna be like, fucking weirdos.
Alright, he's going on the list.
Teleport the Mansa to your manager, does nothing more, leaves.
Fucking Chad bird.
Okay.
So we go to the castle, right?
Yeah, you guys head over. You guys head over to the castle. As you guys are able to find out when you get there, you see that the council is basically in meeting, minus Zorn, of course, because he's still away at battle.
Okay, that's still going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Some tells me each of the council members kind of look surprised to see us.
Yeah. Yes. In fact, Leo's gonna kind of like look up from his from his notes, like he kind of like squints a little bit. Goes, oh, you guys are back early.
Yeah, we had to rush here. I used a teleportation circle. I'm kind of proud of that.
Cal pats Norm or pats turns on the back. Good job.
Is something going on? Leo kind of like looks around.
Our nation is in a bit of grave danger. We're in a bit of an emergency right now, and we must, of course, with that, declare an emergency meeting.
Looks at the rest of the council. Okay, continue.
There are a series of events that are unraveling around us that require us to ready rapidly and quickly.
Could you be any more vague? Takeshi will say, kind of just rolling his eyes.
In about a few weeks, Umi is about to declare war on us. We must prepare for that.
you just see Onyx, not Onyx. Who would be good for doing this? You know what? Fuck it, he's still here. You just hear a spit take in the background, as Nerul's still there. He's like, come again?
Yeah, you heard that right.
Actually, Alden will look over at Circe and say, "A few weeks. I thought it was a few months."
Alar then leans in and kind of whispers, technically he didn't give us a deadline. He just said prepare.
And then Alden will snap over to Alar, shouting at loud as his voice will reasonably carry. And it's like, and that's even worse.
Okay.
Anyways, we must have proper preparations made underway for this sort of assault, if and when it should occur.
Takeshi just kind of has a grin on his face. Says, "Oh, this is gonna be good." You see Leo just look like he's disassociating right now. He just puts two hands up to his temples, and he just looks like, what the fuck? Onyx, you can't see his face because he's still wearing his mask. So the guys. Pino is just kind of like giving silent prayer as she looks absolutely terrified. And who else? Is there anyone else I'm missing? I think that's everyone else in the council, right?
Ellison, the treasurer, is
Ellison's just starting to go through the book of all your expenses and it's just tallying up stuff.
Okay. While everything's sinking in, Alden's going to regain his what composure he has, and everyone will see him root around in his bag. Just for reference, he's pulling out the note that I shared earlier in the war table chat.
And he's gonna throw it onto the table for everyone else to read.
Yeah, he's actually gonna take out several copies of it and hand them around the chamber.
All right.
And
basically get Zarn to do his stuff.
Zarn's not here yet. He's still away at war. The
I
battle.
know, when he gets back.
Yeah.
And also, while he's handing it around, he'll bark for a messenger.
Vano just looks up and is just, oh yeah, Vano just doesn't look worried at all. He's just plain faced and he says, I could just teleport the letter for you.
He'll literally throw the letter in the envelope marked Zarn straight at his forehead.
He catches it before it hits him. And then with like a simple gesture of a spell, it just disappears.
Yeah. I'll reshare the document here in VC just so for sanity's sake. Right now, this is the first iteration of my ironically prepared response for this kind of occasion. Something I was wishing to do on our own timetable, so it can be properly done on our own pace. But due to Umiye going to be bearing down on us within, I'm going to say less than a year, potentially. Or more, or less, I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
What was that?
Probably Norm.
Oh my God, that's
What happened?
the noise came from your mic, Norm, I think, and you're the only one I have at 200%, so I was like, oh, Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Norm's got two modes. Quiet and...
Oh god.
Hey,
should I mute myself?
No, you're
good.
fine.
Keep going, Perry. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry.
I was reading the thing on my phone.
You're good.
It's alright, so I'll say the basic cliff notes of this whole thing is that more or less the lands of the lions, Leowyn, Solarinet, Munagula can now, if Zarn's campaign goes well, the city of whatever, the Flame Guard's former capital will be under our control.
Asterisk by that one. That one I'm pretty sure goes to Gren. You guys got Unegula from the deal.
All right.
You got control of a large chunk of the river, yeah.
Yeah, either way, it's effectively we're going to be getting the extreme far end being close to the city.
Mm-hmm.
And short, Leowyn and all of the cities that are attached to it and the lands of the Lions are going to be militarized to the point that hopefully when Unegula comes marching at our doorstep, it will break on us like the ocean against cliffs.
Virno then proceeds to start saying, as a word of warning, I'd like to mention that us mages will not be involved in this to a major. And then Aloy just says, trust me when I say you will want to be involved.
Alden will turn to who's the mage?
Virno
again.
Virno, but Aloy told him you will want to be involved.
Yes. And Virno, yes. And also you'll likely be paid handsomely with several IOUs made out to the Mages Guild to make sure everything gets done correctly.
On top of that, could you please send a message to Leah and tell her that we'd like to speak with her soon? Sure. She might be at court right now, but I'll see if she wants.
Fiona, we need this is a very important concern.
I think the Queen will not care if she is suddenly called away.
No, Leah. Leah's the hunter.
That's what I mean, if Leah is called away from the Queen.
Well, no, she's at not okay. Let me rephrase. Not court as in the Queen's court, but court as in being an enforcer and whatever. Sorry, I should have specified.
Oh, yeah. All right. A several-day recess could be had if need be.
Van looks at you all strangely and says, "All right."
We'll explain our motivations and intentions later within Leah's what's the word? When they're there, presence. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say presence, but I wasn't sure.
Within Leah's presence.
All right then. Is there anything else you need us counsel for before you take back over?
Umi, as the situation becomes more prominent within the city of Leowyn, there will be citizens who would want to join Umi's side, and thus loyalty of our council needs to be called into question.
No, as you're saying this, Nicole's kind of just in the background watching you all carefully because he's not part of the council. He's just there, but he's noticing the way you guys are speaking, and he's kind of narrowing his eyes a bit,
Alden will speak up. He'll briefly turn to Circe. You probably could have said that a little bit better. Turn back around. Due to the situation and circumstances that are about to be thrown upon us all, things will be evolving rapidly.
Oh no, we understand completely. I just don't think our loyalty will be in question. There's nothing Umi could possibly offer us to make us defect to their side. Alar you just hear a slight face come from Alar in the background. He says, "I wish that were true."
Even then, we assembled here because you are our friends, allies, acquaintances, who showed skills and abilities that enabled the city of Leowyn to be governed effectively and earnestly, effectively, and legally.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be around to check on each of you and just simply not have a chat to intimidate you or harm you at all, but to gauge where you sit on certain issues, on where things will go, so that we can properly have a plan involved when Umiig rears its big, ugly head against us.
Fine. Vino says, nodding along. Onyx hasn't said anything the entire time, but he just nods silently.
Altwin may be nice of this situation, but I am not as so nice. As I have stated before, as the situation does get more prominent, your loyalty would definitely be tested. But I have my complete and utter faith in all of you that you. Oh shit, my computer. That you will continue to be at our. Oh shit, my computer. Am I good now? Am I good now?
Yeah, you're
by the way?
good. You're good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thank you. Shit. Now I've lost my train of thought.
we have utter faith that you'll be able to that you'll stay by our side, basically.
Yeah, that you will stay by our side, and not. This is not to sound threatening. I am sounding threatening, only because I know you are most trusted and highest advisors. That you would and that you would stay at our side no matter what.
All right.
So I ask of you to bring iron will and complete loyalty to our cause, no matter what happens.
They all kind of look among each other and they kind of nod.
You were elected you were elected into Leowyn because you were trusted to lead Leowyn and Leowyn alone. And, of course, the greater country of Hanak.
All
One way
right.
to put it simply, Searson.
I'm just asking if Umieg brings up some temptations that we ask that they are still loyal to Leowyn and Hanak.
They all kind of nod.
And that you understand that if you do not and concede to these temptations, that there will be consequences.
A few of them go pale at that, but all others are just shrug. But yeah, then there's Onyx still being stone faced. But yeah,
Lord Aldwin, you may now take the stand again.
I think Searson put it pretty plainly. Well, intricately. But each of you took an oath to the city of Leowyn and the kingdom of Hanak. Not to me, technically to the queen, but to the larger banner of Hanak. Yes, you serve Leowyn, but here, where we are, many of the things that are about to unfold are going to be in the best interest of Leowyn, but also the kingdom of Hanak. If something were to occur or choices were made that compromises the safety, security, or solvency. Solvency?
Sovereignty
of Hanak and ultimately Leowyn. This is not even mentioning lordships, noble titles, whatever. I cannot guarantee that even my person, I put simply, I cannot guarantee that if something were to occur and a bad choice was made and it ultimately ends up harming everything, the consequences will not be shielded from you. Just because we know each other.
Or us.
Or us.
Okay, with a 27 and 26, persuasion-wise, Searson, you have definitely made your point to them. I privately rolled for you, yes.
Thanks.
Thank you.
So yes, with a 27 persuasion from Searson and a 26 persuasion from Aldwin, the two of you start to notice that they seem to understand perfectly where your viewpoint on this is. They don't understand the context, so they don't understand what temptations they'll be facing, but they'll be ready to face whatever it is you might need to ask them about. As this is going on, you do notice Alar seems to be getting a bit antsy. He seems to be focusing particularly on Nerul specifically, as if he wants to talk to him.
Okay. Before we get to that, I just want to gauge sort of everyone in the council and everyone on our council, the players, what we are planning to do to prepare for this war, both individually and as a group. Like some priorities, just get some first things out of the way.
There is the quest log that I have with some stuff on there that I've realized you guys have said, but
Where is that?
is the chat
I just got the quest log bloop.
I was about to say, is the quest log up for you guys? The little block?
It is not. Little block?
Oh, I know why. That's why. It's because it's per person. Okay. So everyone go to your configure.
Okay.
Everyone go to your configure settings for me, please.
So the gearboxes?
Yeah. Gear.
Configure settings.
Yep. And then hit module settings.
Module settings.
Scroll down
Wait,
to.
where is it?
So it's
sorry.
it's under the gear thing on Foundry. Like it's all the way on the right side.
Upper right. The upper rightmost icon. It's like 3 gears.
Oh, it was covered by something. Okay.
Ew. Get that something out of there. It's disgusting.
Click that, then click configure settings, then module settings. Go down to Forian's quest log. Open that.
Forian's quest log. ABC Forian.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You're going to open it up. Down near the bottom, you're going to click Enable Quest Tracker and Quest Tracker black background, then hit Save.
Okay. What about quest tracker task?
That's up to you whether you want to do that or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I had that one checked,
No
but
war
not the show quest
preparation.
log for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, look, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that cute little thing. More
Oh,
allies.
right.
There's not enough
I have my
allies.
thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we need the dwarves. So we can eventually annex them and get mithril.
Oh my goodness.
Don't annex them. We're not vassalizing the dwarves.
Yeah.
And they are under us physically, so might as well go for the whole thing.
Aren't they technically in the mountains making them higher than you?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Joking
Alright,
aside.
when we get close to them in terms of physical stature.
Okay. Anyway, continue.
I'm assuming this is where there's going to be a slight split in the party as they go handle stuff.
Oh no, I have one. Oh no, like there's something else you guys need to do.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to deal with Nerul after this. We just kind of need like a goal, like goals for the week, you know.
Goals for like the next few months, rather.
5-year plan.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Hold up, Kami. Hold up, Kami.
Let's also enact
Yeah.
Plan 227.
Car.
Yeah.
This is like a 6-month plan. we got to do 5 years worth of stuff in 6 months.
Yeah. So our first immediate goals. Also, hi whoever joined. Hello.
Hey, Trevor.
Hi,
Oh,
Trevor.
All right. I
Trev.
can go use the restroom, but I just want when it's time for us to start doing our individual stuff, I want to talk about something.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I just want to bring that up with the council. I guess Aldwin has his plan all set out.
Mhm.
So the Lord has given you all the paper expressing his plans. What are all of your thoughts on those war preparations?
Takeshi kind
We'll start with that.
Takeshi kind of like looks. Takeshi kind of like looks over. Looks over. His elements might need to expand my range, but and then he sees the thing on. I think wasn't Leonet brought up in this paper. Just to be clear.
Yes, it is. There's a bullet point that says make contact with the Goblinoids of Slurnet and gain their loyalty to cities to serve as an anchor for the middle of the territory, fortify and strengthen it.
that one's gonna be fun. Might need to call up Galahad for this one, if you don't mind. I do.
Oh, don't mind if I join you with that?
Considering that you're one of the guys that took down their leader, do you really think that's an idea? Well, Loom's there because he's technically an honorary member of the council because he's basically part of the party. That's how it is. I feel like is how it works, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Continue, Perry.
I was thinking of coming unarmed, unarmored, and more or less wearing street clothes. Make myself look out to be someone who is plain and normal, but if anyone recognizes me, I will show no threat to them or anyone around them.
Do you want me to come with you?
But if you're concerned of the optics of the situation, for me to stay away, I'll stay away, and I'll just simply go achieve another goal of mine.
Might be a good idea, just saying.
But the key thing with that is finding the leadership and making sure the town is and getting them pulled into the local area.
Yeah, that won't be
getting them integrated.
That won't be that hard.
More or less, try to get them to my desk after you make within a week after you make contact, but don't drag anyone. No, we don't need kidnapping.
I might be a 10-foot tall firebrand, but I do know how to talk to people.
Just give a crappy grin and then go back to a neutral face.
All right. With that, Verino's basically just going to be speaking with the other mages, probably see how things are going down in Umayig with the new regime in charge, with the usurper taking over. Onyx just going to continue his things with medicine. Probably keep checking up with the townspeople, making sure that the health of Leowyn's still good. Send out representatives out to other regions to make sure that everything's all right. Ellison's basically going to be playing the Taxman 101. Because, yeah. What else is there? Who else am I missing at this point? Is anyone else on the council? Oh, Leo. Leo's continuing to do his thing. Leo really doesn't have much to do with that whole state of affairs, so he's just going to continue doing what he's been doing with, being basically the judge of Leowyn and dealing with criminal matters and the like, mainly prosecuting and stuff like that. And finally, Pino is basically, Pino really doesn't have much to, I don't know. What do you guys think Pino would do in this case? She is the high judge, but she's mainly a representative of the faith of Leowyn.
I guess, basically, I wouldn't say like she's a pope, but like a bishop or something like that.
Not even.
In terms of like religion.
At best, she cares for the cathedral. Like, basically, she cares for the cathedral and listens to the plights of people who come into the church, and she brings those plights to you guys, or, like, stuff like that. She also serves as technically a beacon to the gods. Actually, there you go. She can speak to the gods, see if she can get an answer from the gods on the matter.
Speak with the gods, continue to, speak with the gods, and just tend to the flock as best she can to ready them for the storm, so to speak.
Alright. On that note, that is about all the council is doing. Zarn, you won't have an answer for until he gets back, but on that note, the council looks like they're ready to leave and go do their activities. Will you guys dismiss them, or?
Yes, you're dismissed. Get out of here. Fuck you. Wait, shit. I mean, I'll do it in the most serious way possible.
You're dismissed. You're allowed to leave. Fucking peasants.
Yeah. Hey.
Fuck you
Hey,
kindly.
she ain't like that.
Anyway.
Hey.
On that note, you all leave, and there will be only one still there he's still sitting by the window, and as soon as the door shuts, he's gonna ask, okay, so what's really going on? Because I don't buy any of that.
I'll be blunt. Turns out Papa Eternal Spero has his own plans and is kind of responsible for all the stuff we've dealt with up until now.
He kind of twitches at first, and then he says, when you say Spero, you mean Spero? Spero?
Spero, Spero, your choice of pronunciation.
You see him twitch again, and he looks off to his
Yes.
left.
That means yes.
He twitches again. You see him look up to his left, and he says, "Yes, I know." And then he looks back, and he says, "Ah, wonderful."
Truly, yes.
Twitches again. Okay. Well then, that definitely raises an issue then.
There's also the secondary issue that he's definitely telling the Tempest King of Ayla's whereabouts.
Yay.
Yeah. He's he's kind of cooperating with the Tempest and Umegan Empire to do eternal stuff, and Laura can probably describe it a little better.
Before Ayla can speak, what is it? Nerul's eyes kind of go. The whites of his eyes go gray while the iris turns purple, and he says, "Yes, I've dealt with the spoiled plight of young Spero before he turns back to normal."
Oh. Young Spero, who
Do
the
you mind enlightening us a bit more?
Nerul kind of just sighs and says, and then looks to his left for a bit, and he says, looks to his left for a bit, and then you see this shadow seem to split off of him, and it turns into this figure in a full gray eternal cloak, and you can't see their face because, of course, in this case, they're in their eternal form, which means no face, but there is a raven mask coming from it.
Alright. Are you the Guardian?
That was my name for a time, but and then he takes and then he simply looks at he kind of like looks up, and you see kind of like gray glowing eyes come from beneath the mask. You may call me Thanatos.
Hey.
Oh man, death. Oh.
Well, what do you wish to tell of us, Thanatos?
That you're dealing that I'm not surprised that Spero has decided to once again strike out and disobey the orders he was given.
And what exactly were his orders?
To safeguard the world, no more, no less.
Well, that's clearly not what he's doing.
It's a very twisted version of what he's doing.
Also, hi, whoever joined.
Hey, Cookie.
Yo.
It's Cookie.
Cookie!
Hey.
Cookie, you guys are currently back. You guys are currently back in Leowyn. You have told the council that a war with Umayig is coming, basically, and that you guys need to prepare. And after they left, you guys started talking to Nerul, and an Eternal split off of him that you're currently speaking to, named Thanatos.
Okay.
He's basically explaining that he knows Spero. The Eternal.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that he disobeyed his orders.
All right.
Yeah. And knowing Spero, he has several more Eternals on his side as well.
That doesn't sound good.
If it's the ones that I think they are, then it most certainly is not.
Who are these Eternals you speak of?
The most notable one would be, what's his name? Give me a second, real quick. Um. Sorry, I'm just trying to
So-
think. I'm trying to think of this dude's name. Sorry, it's like
I mean, take your time. I'm gonna just ask Koki how's she doing. How's the work? Cookie? Damn, she gone. Wait.
She's muted.
Understandable. How is your name? And I'm just trying to figure out how everyone's doing in the
Hi.
meantime.
Damn, that's very nice.
Doing good,
I've been doing alright.
How are you, Cookie?
I'm fine.
All things good on the cookie front?
Yeah.
That's good. I haven't heard from Norm in like 3 When was the last time you played a game of IM?
I've missed 2 weeks, so like about a month ago.
No!
Yeah,
You
I
missed
missed
like
a bunch of stuff.
all of the vacation time.
Sounds about right.
No!
okay. So the Eternal's name is Thar.
Thar?
Close
Yes.
to car.
Distant car.
Thinking.
Yes. If I was to recall correctly, Thar was chosen to be Spero's protector after both Anno and Enno fell in battle millennia ago, and disappeared along with him when the fall happened.
Yo, $500 fucking dollars is that woman that's with Spero.
Who?
What?
Thanatos kind of thinks for a moment. You see Thanatos kind of like stare off for a moment. And he looks back. No, it's not that one.
Okay, excuse you for reading my thoughts, not Searson's. Jesus.
No. I thought you said it out loud because I was about to say he's not reading seriously. He's not reading thoughts. He's staring off basically because he's checking something.
Well, thank you
He's
for
old.
clarifying that for me, though.
Gotta check his memory.
No, it's not her. Okay, that's good. Have we met any of these Eternals yet?
Thankfully, no, because if you met Thar, then you wouldn't. Then at least one of you would be here with a broken spine.
At least one of us.
Yes. I would assume.
Okay.
I would assume if you'd met Spero, then the conversation got quite heated, and by that point, Thar would have most likely have punched one of you.
In the spine?
No, he would have punched you. Then he would have
Okay.
broken your spine.
Is there any other
Oh,
Eternals we
jeez.
should be made aware of?
None. Well, there was one. There was one, and they looked into role, but then you took care of him.
Nerul? You?
No, he's referring.
Ares?
Yes, Thanatos says.
Okay.
Ares had joined Spero's faction for a little while after he defected from another side, but then he went off on his own, which led to the causality where you where he became one with, where he and Thrin share the same body now, and now he lies dormant inside of him.
What is Thaw supposed to represent?
No, doesn't. For him, it's well. If I had to say he represents something, it'd just be strength. He carries. I guess technically he carries a strong sense of justice with him, but his own version of it.
Alrighty. So what does this new information about Spero tell you? Why do you care?
Because Spero, for the second time, is trying once again to intervene into mortal matters when our Eternals are meant to be in the background.
The
Yeah.
second time,
Which was the first?
Alar, I'd
This
imagine.
was the big version.
Why do you think the past 500 years have been called since the fall? Who do you
Oh
It's
god.
not Alar, I imagine.
who do you think fell?
Eternals?
He nods. We thought that if we were out in the open, we could guide you all to the proper path and rule you all as benevolent leaders and the like. But since Eternals could never understand the way mortals think, of course it all broke apart and went into chaos. Spero lost heart, disappeared, wiped every mortal's memories of the events, and disappeared. While the rest of us were left were left to pick up the pieces.
He's doing it again. How well did that work?
Wiping people's memories is probably his thing.
No,
It really is, though.
I'd say it would be his thing if he hadn't learned him in space magic. That adds another matter to things.
Yeesh.
Thank you for that, Krona. Anyway. But yes, if Spero plans on doing this, however, then there is a boon in that fact, because you all will have allies that will want to stop him, beyond what you currently have.
Yes, we were told that the gods are most likely in our favor. Whoopee.
You say that with such disdain, but it actually is a good idea to have on your side, especially since there might be other forces that might join Spero. Additionally, more Eternals might flock to his banner as ones that never gave up his goal.
And will we have Eternals on
So-
Mars?
Is it just gonna escalate?
Nothing too bad for us Eternals. We can't kill each other. Well, we don't. Well, we can, but we choose not to. The Eternals that exist in Acria currently would never kill one of our own. In other places, however, well, hopefully they don't get out to do that.
So more or less, as it goes.
How many
higher.
Eternals are there?
How many people are there in Acria? He asks you all quite plainly.
Yeah, so like millions.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This was our world once, so why would our numbers not be the same as yours?
Damn.
We lived amongst you for a long time. You just never noticed.
Alrighty.
So, what advice would you want to give to us?
First of all, Spero's name means hope, and for good reason. His ability to inspire courage and hope into other people is a dangerous one. When you eventually fight him, the people that follow him will fight to their last breath. They will die for him. And you'll very much have to kill them. I've seen people who have been so fanatically loyal to people that they're willing to throw away their entire lives to aid them. Let's just say it's not a pretty sight when you're on the opposite end of that.
course.
Addition-
Luckily, yeah.
Additionally, another thing to keep in mind is that you will not have to worry about the Dark Brother or Light Brother intervening. They couldn't care less about Spero's tantrums at the moment.
That's good.
They have bigger matters to deal with.
Which are?
Why do you think Spero's doing this in the first place?
I'd imagine the long night is a reason for that.
Thanatos nods.
And would
Oh,
you be
God.
joining our side?
He looks at Nerul. Yeah, most likely. As long as you stay on the side that will not rewrite reality in people's memories, then yes. If not, then I very well will kill every last one of you.
Wouldn't our memories just come back, though?
No, you all wouldn't. No, because since he is an eternal, the changes he makes
So
will stick.
the rule doesn't apply to him. Okay, got it.
Yes. Mortals cannot affect memories permanently. Eternals can, in some shape or form.
Damn.
Pretty
It's a
cringe.
trickle-down effect.
hmm
Trickle down economics? No.
I would also,
Oh, trickle-down
Trickle down memory.
and
No.
magical effects.
but I will say
Yeah.
this: if any of you think about joining his side, do keep in mind that Eternals and those affected by them will not be affected by the change.
Oh. So if you do agree with him, you're kind of sacrificing yourself.
Well, you'll still be around. Well, Nerul and Thryn will still exist in this new world that Spero create, but they will remember the lives they used to have, not the lives they're supposed to have.
Yeah, and that would be a sacrifice for them.
Suppose it would be. Never thought of it in that regard, but
Oh.
you would be correct in that matter.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're not any of those, so you don't have to worry.
Are you sure? He says. He looks amongst all of you. None of you would want to rewrite reality to have the happiest life you could be having. Not a single one of you. He looks amongst all of you.
I like my life as it is now.
Are you sure about that, Gabe?
No, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Thanatos will look at Tate first.
Nah, I'm alright.
Even with what has happened in your past, even with what your brother used to believe.
Yeah.
He inspects you deeply, Tate, and then he simply nods. He'll look to Alden next.
You'll think. Considering it was previously revealed to me that my memory, my mind, and even my existence is dependent upon the rewriting of people's memories or even reality. And I hate it. And I hate the concept of it. I will not bestow it upon anyone else. Yes, my life has been filled with turmoil, hate, anger. I can go down the list of all the negative emotions, but all of it only makes the lighter portions much better.
Nods. Looks at Kaladin.
All the stuff that I've been through has made me who I am today. I don't want to lose who I am.
Mm-hmm. He'll nod, and then he'll stare down Terrence.
Well, I will admit that a part of me hears this and is kind of enticed by it, but I do not think that ignoring reality is the way to go about it.
He nods slowly. He looks to Leowyn.
While there are many things I would like to change to both better the memories I have of the circumstances and of my effectiveness within those that occurred, it is necessary for what happened to have happened for me to be who I am now. And if those sacrifices were undone, then the mission I am upon currently would be unjustified by undoing their very sacrifices upon which I carry out my current mission. So, as much as I would like to, in honor of those that sacrificed to help me along this path, I cannot.
He nods, and then last but not least, he will look at Searson.
Please, you already know my opinion on this.
Do I?
Yes. I'd rather die than ever accept the serenity of that man.
He looks at you and then nods slowly, and he says, "Time ago, I'm sure that answer would have been different. Glad to see that it's not."
It would have. And then I look over to Alar, and I'll look back at you, at Thanatos. But things have changed.
Very well.
Hmm.
Well, your loyalties are assured. Then be sure to look after the ones, as I'm sure you all are already thinking. You already plan on looking after the ones close to you.
You got that right, brother.
Then I don't have much else to say, though I will recommend that it might be a good idea to look into that. As much as I disdain what he's done and done thus far, it might be a good idea to bring Ares back, or at least to bring back Finn, should he have been able to hone some of his talents as Ares' vessel.
I was already thinking of having him be brought back, even just to sit on standby.
Wouldn't that be kind of dangerous, though?
It would be, but at the same time, considering that the Feywild can go from days to centuries in a matter of a second, I feel comfortable enough that Fenris would be able to be enough, alongside the training, would also be able to be a counterbalance to keep him from going off the rails.
Okay,
Also,
you know better.
We need, as much as I don't like to use this analogy, he turns to Thanatos and Nerul, to forgive me for this, but we need as many cards in our hands as possible, and we need to stack the deck in a way that, frankly, is going to we need to counter cards and stack the deck in a way that, if nothing else, we can put up a good fight.
This is not a bad analogy. It's the way we Eternals would think of you in the past.
So, which, don't be surprised if you get an order from any of us asking for you to do something for us.
Whether or not I choose to do that will be up to Nerul in this regard.
Keyword is asked,
Yes.
not told.
I repeat what I said before. As a result, currently Nerul and I are bound together, not as one, but sharing, so.
Although not.
On that note, I think I've said as much as needed to be said, unless any of you have any further questions.
Nope.
Right then. And then as he begins to fade towards shadows, he says, says, if you're looking, several Eternals might start popping up in Leowyn sooner or later. If you hear of an Eternal known as Minerva, keep her in mind. She is a powerful fortune teller and seer. She might be able to give you an edge, more than any answer could. And with that, he turns into shadows and becomes one with Nerul again. Nerul stands up and says, "On that note, I should return to the Dark Roads and let the Shadowbringer know about what is soon to come."
Okay.
I'll return here and there to see how progress is going. I have faith that you will be able to do what's needed. When the war
Thank you for your trust.
Nerul nods and he says, "When the war does come, you can see me on the battlefield alongside you."
Mm-hmm.
Also,
Sure.
one last thing. Keep an eye on the devil folk. It seems to me that he might be more interesting than you realize before he disappears.
Devil folk.
Wait, that's Zarn?
Yep,
Uh-huh.
tiefling basically, out of character, but
Yeah.
no one knows what a tiefling is in character, so they only call them by devil folk currently.
Okay. But we do know that Zarn is that, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He looks like one.
Mhm.
Okay, makes sense.
On that note, that's basically the end of that. You guys are welcome to. So I know everyone's got their own things they want to be doing.
In terms of like talking to people or period?
Talking to people, period. Well, actually, both, actually.
I know there's some people I want to talk to, but I'll let y'all go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Girl, you can go first. It's good.
I don't know if y'all had more important things than me. That's why I was
I
suggesting.
mean, I'll just probably pack up my bags and go to the Sixth and Empire. Make
Bye.
Yeah, it's just go and try to get that alliance underway.
Well, before you do that, I have some stuff related to that, along with the dwarves. So.
Okay, yeah, so you go first, Gabe.
I guess I'll just roll. Do I just roll investigation for like whatever I can find for the Empire?
Yep. Go ahead. I assume this will apply to all three empires.
Yeah, and then also the dwarves. So for the yeah, interests, weaknesses, strengths,
Okay.
I guess,
Go
stuff
ahead.
like that. So, click. You are clicking. There we are. Normal. Alright, what do we got?
Oh.
Come on. Click on the roll.
Hold on, give me a second here.
24.
24?
I think. Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, because you have a plus 10. All right, with a 24, for the Sixth Empire, currently it is embroiled in a heavy amount of turmoil right now because orc bands have started raiding the northern shores, and it has been noted that it has gotten far colder in the north than it has in any history. So the Sixth Empire has been dealing with that. However, the southern portions might be able to offer aid in some type of way as the north
So they're
continues.
dealing with a famine along with wars.
Yeah, the northern section will not be able to help you out as much. That includes the capital, but the southern half might be able to prove fruitful in their aid. The Tempest Empire, there is no. I'm gonna say this right now. So the notable families in the Tempest Empire, which you get from Tate's family, from the Maroon Dragons. There is the white family where the Emperor Orion White, known as the Tempest King, rules, and everyone loves him, from what it appears. As he has steadily been conquering his way north and eastward. There is also the Decker family that serves as the royal protectors. There is the Ja clan, who apparently have a sizable control over the shadows and serve as the espionage group of the empire. And then there's the Taro family, who serves as more of the interior ministry for the empire.
All right.
Alongside, and then in Umayig, your information that you're able to get there is a bit scattered, but the royal family of Umayig has been overthrown by someone with the title of the Usurper.
We don't even know his name.
No
or her.
Wow.
Yes, because this coup happened and everyone knows it's happened, but no one's been able to see their new king yet.
Bruh. Okay.
But the royal family has been ousted. And while there has been some upheaval over that, most of the population seems to be just accepting, as life hasn't changed much for them.
Yet.
On the dwarves' ends of things, the dwarven holds, countless kingdoms are rising and attempting to take control over as many pockets of the mountains as possible. They are mainly dealing with raids from insane gnolls from the south, and protecting basically tribes and people that are escaping through the mountains northward to escape the bloody massacres that are going on in Redia, and what used to be Redia, as is now just called the Red Plains, for the amount of blood that is being spilled in the region.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to know?
Is that good enough for you, Searson? Alright. I think that's about it for the investigations, I guess. Unless Carr wants some more stuff, I can... what I've learnt.
What do you mean, more stuff? Oh shit, I was supposed to write that shit out!
Alright, so the Sixen Empire, they're dealing with orc raids in the north. They're reaching record levels of cold temperatures in the north as well, which may be also causing famines, perhaps. Yep. Also, the southern half of the Sixen Empire may be able to assist us.
Southern could help us. How so?
Depends. It could be troops.
That's all I got. They're able. Yeah, depends on what we're asking for.
Yeah, what will we need to give in return? Because I know that's what they're gonna ask.
Probably food.
Judging from the info that
I mean, we can give them food.
Yeah.
We got food.
I was gonna say food.
Homies, we got food.
Yeah, we got all the taters you could ask for.
Show up
That's
with like
it.
several tons of grain and just dropping.
Oh, you know what's gonna really get him? You know what? What if I send him Frostpunk technology?
Oh my goodness.
Give
Funny.
that bitch a steam core.
Funny. Also,
What?
I'm gonna say this right now because I see what
Yes.
you're saying. What you're saying, Trevor. There were a lot of Knoll tribes that went insane in that region. The level of men you will need to take care of that would probably leave you open to attack from Umayig. At best, that is a region that you just let destroy itself currently.
So, could you repeat the? Would Searson be thinking about going to the Dwarven Hold as well?
Yeah, Searson would be good with that.
I was actually
Right. Keith, could you? I wasn't able to write down the Dwarven stuff in time, so could you repeat that?
Kingdoms are rising, taking over as many of the mountains as they want. They're letting refugees through the mountains to try and escape the gnolls while holding them back. They're also dealing with bandits in the north. However, but it seems like the dwarves are basically building a good foundation for defense in the mountains.
Wait, are the dwarves likely to help us?
Give them something that they want.
If they're...
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, but I think last time I checked, the dwarves have a lot of infighting problems because there's fragmented nation states right now.
Yep, it is mainly dwarven kingdoms, plural, rising up.
Yeah.
Not a centralized one.
Yeah.
So we can get a few kingdoms, maybe.
So kingdoms are rising into the mountains, refugees are escaping the gnolls, and bandits are raiding them?
Yeah, bandits are trying to raid the mountains. It's the mountains. You can guess how well that's going.
Yeah.
Mm.
Within Hanak itself, last thing, I will say this. Within Hanak itself, it seems like the conflict in the north is starting to die down, as it were, as basically there was a string, as the fighting over the basically devastated land up north has basically slowed to a crawl at this point, as Hanak has grabbed as much as they wanted. And now, after hearing of the fall of Halog and Laya, another country's submission to Hanak, several lords are starting to look westward now, are starting to think of following your lead and looking westward.
Wait, aren't we to the west?
Well, yeah,
We're in the east.
Oh wait, wrong, we're in the
We're
east.
in a bit of a national
sorry.
emergency right now.
yeah. The
A
queen,
national bra moment.
the queen seems to be stifling any efforts for them to push westward, as she seems to be clamping down. She seems to be using a lot of her political power to clamp down on a few of the more warmongering nobles. It helps that a large amount of knights of these northern lords happen to die during their conquest of the north. It seems apparently a figure on a horse wielding nothing but a spear tore through their ranks like it was nothing.
Is that important?
Strong?
Write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember that.
Alduin will remember this.
No.
I will say, as Zarn's reports come in as he finishes his fight, you all realize that the person that's being described is Zhou Yun.
Oh, lovely.
I'll handle that.
Okay, Alduin says he'll handle it.
Yep, I will say that with Zhou Yun's help of taking down Halog, the queen has basically gotten rid of the bounty on his head. There are still local bounties on his head, but he doesn't. But the letters that Zarn seems to send you, he doesn't care much.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that note, that's basically the general situation. The last few independent lands between Umayig and the Tempest Empire being slowly crushed. The northwest portion of the continent where the Draconics lives has basically been untouched.
It do be like that.
But basically,
What are you talking about?
But basically, at this point, it seems like eventually it seems like the conflicts or the large, endless fighting of numerous kingdoms is slowly coming to an end. And as you guys read these reports, it starts to dawn on you that you're starting to witness the end of the Warring States period in a way.
Huh.
Damn. Yo, things ending. But yes, food in return for. We can also work on heating.
I think
Heating's totally possible.
I was going to say, I think dwarves would be good at that.
Yeah.
They
So
do-
we're gonna work with dwarves first.
I was going to say, you have multiple people who can look elsewhere. Aelor was thinking the dwarven holds.
Fuck, shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck.
Or Aelor could stay behind and deal with the Mages Guild.
Oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. I should probably deal with the Mages Guild. I mean, I was a part of that once, I'm pretty sure.
Alright. There is also...
Yeah, I have to go now, though.
Alright.
Getting pretty late.
Bye, Norm.
Night, Norm.
Norm!
Sorry.
I'm gonna miss you. That's it. Pat Terrence is in the chat.
Night, Norm.
I'll make sure that Terrence meets up with Ragus and the Sixth Empire and they hang out.
Aww.
Night, Norm.
Cool.
Alright.
Night, Norm.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
You're good.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
turns out we have to
the
fight
rest of-
Rags.
No, not right.
See you, Norm.
Kiss. See you, Norm.
Okay, bye.
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 So on that note, Terrence will
Alright.
Terrence will be the one to take the Sixth Empire one, but since Ragus is there, like
Okay,
he'll
yeah.
head north to meet with Ragus to see what he can figure out there, taking Grimbosh and Nura Greenwood with him.
Okay. Just note that we are offering food and heating in return.
I remember, yeah. Aelor will bring up Aelor will reveal to basically the rest of the party that didn't know this that he cannot cast high level spells anymore.
No.
Good.
Because
What?
it seems that
Why?
he has. It's all signs point to Leah Golonadel, the Mage Hunter, put a post hypnotic suggestion on him that makes him unable to cast higher level spells. He can read them, he can understand them, but he can't cast them.
Shit.
And since you guys will be going against the Tempest King and his followers,
Go get that that seal.
and since you guys are facing up against the Tempest King and his followers, who I'd like to mention wrecked Aelor at his peak. Back when he was the Sorcerer King.
Dude, yeah, we're working on the... I'll work on the guild
Yeah.
and get him his powers back.
Yeah, he wants to get his powers back. That's all he wants. Well, that's not all he wants. He wants that as a safeguard against the Tempest King. I will mention, by the way, that the more and more
You might want to add that under objectives.
yeah, the more and more you begin to realize that Aelor, by the way, I'd like to mention the more and more Aelor realizes that he's going to be facing up against Orion again. You see fear in his eyes, but then there's this growing sign of
Acceptance?
excitement.
Excitement.
He's scared, but he's excited at the same time.
Okay.
You guys can do with that as you will. I'm just going to tell you that.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro.
What else is there? Also, but yes, that is Zarn return eventually. Zarn will return with Zhou Yun and Toe. Zarn is hailed as a hero by the local townsfolk. However, there is a size amount of the population that looks at him with a bit of fear and disdain for what he did.
Mm-hmm. Understandable.
And Zarni even suggests, and not an inquisition, but basically an interrogation of him to question if what he did was right. If the townspeople are that worried about his actions.
I just had a thought. Short answer: have a public event where it'll be a feasting, drinking type of deal, but he can, if anyone approaches him and asks questions about what occurred, he can openly answer and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Basically, an open house
Mm-hmm.
at the fort or whatever.
But that's mainly it on the public front. So, who would like to do the thing that they wanted to do? Like, who wants to get into their specific actions? I spiraled out of Gabe's, but Gabe, do you have anything else you'd like to do?
I guess some of the other stuff I sent you.
Oh, you're welcome.
But right now I gotta go warm up some food.
Okay, we'll come back to you later.
Sounds good.
Okay. Alright, anyone else want to come up?
We can, since most of my plan was background stuff, we can handle the stuff related to Zorn, Joyun, and a third thing I want to try to do, but I'm not sure if he'll be able to fit into it.
So, do you ask Joyun to join the Jade Knights?
Yes.
He outright refuses. He is angry when you ask him.
Oh, I don't want to directly apologize?
You can try and convince him if you want, but like at first he is completely angry about it. And let me explain. He will explain his, yeah, you're welcome to be there. He will explain his reasonings as the concept of knighthood at this point is a toxic idea that needs to die.
In what regard?
Okay, so he looks at this from the point of view of, for example, knights, like stereotypically, are seen as these chivalrous people that protect the peasantry, serve their lords faithfully, and do things for the good of society, right?
That's the general idea.
That is nothing of what a knight is like. The majority of knights that he has seen thus far have been disgusting, corrupt people who have let innocent people die, who have let his family die, and basically have done things worse off than in actuality. And to be quite frank, Joyun lost his sister to the ideals of knighthood. He nearly lost himself to the ideals of knighthood. Every time he tried to live up to the ideal of a knight, the world spat in his face. So at this point, and he killed countless knights in the north who pillaged lands, defiled people, did disgusting things. And by this point, he's basically disillusioned with the idea of knighthood.
Alden will simply nod. I'll simply give you this rebuttal. Or I would just say this. I have experienced every single thing that you have spoken about. Having the subject of bullying, harassing, have been overlooked by corrupt knights because of my idealism. I've had to more or less formally deal with the system that is now dead and gone, i.e. the Knights of the Forest. But the reason why I'm asking you to join the Jade Knights is because I want to want to make a new class of knights that actually live up to their ideals and actually live up to their mottos and oaths. Out on the campaign, you probably saw some Jade Knights leading some of the army. Correct.
He nods.
Their conduct, the whole reason why I had the Jade Knights out there, partially was to help Zarn keep everything together, but also because they're professional soldiers and they do not. And I told them to do not stoop to debauchery and what has been seen throughout the warring period all this time. Did you see a Jade Knight participate in debauchery, in the pillaging and the plundering?
He shakes his head.
And sadly, I was only able to send enough knights to provide enough leadership for a brigade or for a corps of the army, and not a lot else. Other aspects of the army more than likely participated in debauchery, even though I did not want it, either through underhanded means or out in the open.
Mhm.
But Alden will collect himself. The reason why I ask you is because I want more knights like you, who stick to a higher standard, who hold themselves to a higher standard, and knows what the consequences of those things are. I want you to share your wisdom with future knights, so that the Jade Knights can be better than everything that's come before. So soldiers will have professionalism to not stoop to do evil things against the innocent, who will not just kill to kill or plunder to plunder, to harm just because it gets their rocks off. But I want knights to look at every war and say, I hate this, I want to get this over as quickly as possible. And do what needs to be done, yes, to complete the mission, but do it in a way that is not destructive. Or at least not destructive for everyone that's surrounding the target, so to speak.
Alright. Let me see something real quick.
If you don't want to accept, I will walk away right now. You can stay at Leowyn all you want. You can use your base operations. But the potential that the Jade Knights have will not be the greatest. Will not be as high as it can go.
Alright. Keeping the loom and your words in mind, with a nat 20 from Aldwin for a total 29 and a 16 from Loom, you are able to convince Zhou to try to Jade Knights.
What kind of setting is this in right now?
I would assume this being I would assume you probably pulled him off to the side to ask him about it, considering that he's mainly he doesn't frequent the tavern or anything. He mainly keeps to himself.
Okay. Alden will give him a slip of paper.
Mm-hmm.
If Zhou Yun opens it up, he sees it's the Jade Knights admission event sign-up sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Fill this out, take it to Gwaine, go through the trials. You're probably going to pass it. More than likely you're going to pass it. It's probably going to be child's play to you. And then come back to me.
Mhm.
But keep your eyes open with all the recruits surrounding you. I know it's going to sound weird, but watch. Watch them.
This scarred teenager, basically, teenager at this probably still, who has clearly seen too much shit, simply nods as he takes the paper from you. And then with that, he's gonna head off, probably to prepare for the admissions.
And now Alden's gonna. He probably needs to talk to Zarn. Does he? Maybe.
Do you want to talk to him?
Well, there was some concerns about everything going on.
Okay.
So,
As soon as you walk up to Zarn, he's gonna be kind of like just hanging by the church, kind of like leaning against the front door of the cathedral. As soon as he sees you walking by, when you get closer to him, he's gonna say, "We're gonna have a war with Umiig soon." That's interesting. What'd you do?
Alden's just gonna.
I would have thought the pissing contest would have happened later.
Well, I originally thought the quote-unquote pissing contest was going to occur much later too.
I think the only one that's happening right now is one that's happening it's going to be happening to you in the next 5 minutes.
He looks over at him. What do you mean?
Oh no, you seem a bit. I don't know. I've seen quite a few soldiers quite a lot of soldiers in my time, but but that inevitable anxiety from a conflict much bigger than they expected usually rears its ugly head sooner rather than later.
Zarn will just see Aldwin turn towards the stone wall of the cathedral, and he'll just tap his head against it. Is it that obvious?
As someone who once ruled a kingdom of his own, trust me, I know where you're coming from.
You got my letter?
Yeah.
The list of things I want you to start doing?
Yeah. I started coming through the ranks, seeing who the good ones were. Not that many, unfortunately, but I'm getting the ones that I can. The other ones, I'm whipping them into shape. The conscripts, anyway.
Good.
Started having Galahad start to wring a few of their necks just to make sure. Might need Takeshi or Tate on standby, by the way.
Alden will think. Takeshi, if you want to scare the crap out of them, like literally make them crap their pants.
I don't know if I wanted that. I'd grab Tate.
Well, I was about to say Tate would be. She's the enforcer, if I remember correctly.
Warden. And Zun will say,
Warden.
Look, at this point, people are more scared of Tate than they are Takeshi.
Because Takeshi's out in the woods.
Yeah. Plus,
he can break a tree if he gets angry.
Plus, people have seen Tate wreck criminals' faces in. So, yeah.
Nod. It was brought to my. So, alrighty. How many conscripts do we have currently?
A couple thousand. Might need to grab some more. Well, no. 100. I'm aiming for 1,000 should the city's population get higher, which it should be soon enough.
Yeah, he'll pull out a sheet. He'll pull out his plans and he'll go down the list to point towards the forts. We're gonna need enough guys to man forts throughout the whole area.
Yeah.
And also have a standing army.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now. We're only gonna need to go as far west as Logram at best. Upriver is basically useless. But if any army comes, they're gonna be following the main road, heading towards Aeneas and Leowyn. He points at the main road and chews it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but at the same time, I want to prevent a wide swing from someone either striking at Slayer Net or Unigu either.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, hellhole. I remember. Well, if maybe we can just have someone throw another meteor at it.
You'll hear a more audible thunk against the stone wall.
I was there. I remember.
I know. Though I just don't want to repeat that again.
Well, at least this this time it'll be a meteor coming from our side if ALR is who he's cracked up to be.
I can trust you, right?
Go
ahead. We're getting some certain issues resolved with the magic part, so yeah, he'll be up to snuff.
Good. Oh yeah, I might need a couple. I might need a couple of Loon's arbiters too. I'm gonna be honest. That his arbiters look like a shit show compared to what they could be.
Approach Loom about it. I've been meaning to talk to him about his training regimen to get it up going again, but kind of been busy with other things, and vacation was something I did not want to think about work with.
Do not go easy. I'm smoking him.
You'll look over. No, it looked like the angry drill sergeant that Galahad could be.
Mm-hmm. Well, probably.
Do I? Do I look like the crazy guy? Crazy angry drill sergeant? Imperial over here?
Oh no, I mean, you did live in the woods for how many years?
Well, I was dealing with PTSD and alcoholism. So...
Chief, I deal with that on a daily basis. You ain't special.
He'll roll his eyes. Man, it's a good thing to know that you're willing to give me tough love, even though I'm the Lord.
Zarn takes a swig and he says, "Let me tell you this right now. Any person that treats any lord or king or queen or whatever the hell they are that treats themselves as above other people but ain't willing to take shit is someone that shouldn't be in charge. If you're gonna rule a position of strength, you need to have strength. You need to have power, whether it's political, personal, magical, any of it. You don't got that, you don't want to be in charge."
Alden will turn his head and look over at him. He's still facing the wall, and his head's still leaning up against the wall right now.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I have?
You got plenty of all three right now. Personal power in your own council, political power in the actions you take, magic power in, well, again, points your council. If you didn't, I'd already be kicking the shit out of you right now.
He'll accept that.
And while your kids might take over this place one day, if those guys aren't strong enough to look after Leowyn, someone else will take them.
He'll be strong enough.
Just make sure of it, he says. He stands up straight.
And Zarn. What do you subscribe more to? The paycheck of your position or the ideals of Hanak and the authority of it? And it's what it's meant to be.
Neither. I fight because I want to fight. That's why I left home in the first place. Got tired of sitting behind got tired of sitting behind the desk telling people where I wanted to be down there. And from what I can tell, Hanak gives me the best fight, so I'm gonna keep fighting for them.
You've turned bleak and hopeless.
Bleak and hopeless has been the life since the day I was born. if anything, that makes the victories that much sweeter.
There was a quote of a general that just went across my head, but I can't remember the name. Can't remember the words. Or can't remember but the intention is, well, never mind. This is just an open invitation, but if you're ever near the treehouse and it's dinner time, just knock on the door.
I'll keep that in mind.
There'll be an extra place for you.
I'll keep it in mind, Chief. He pats you on the shoulder. Now, if you excuse me, I got a church going to that I need to attend to. He then ruffles Lim's hair.
Aldwin will lean in, and you'll probably see Pino behind the altar.
No, Leanne.
Leanne's the one that Zarms has the hearts on for, right?
Yeah, that's the one that's very passionate about being a light cleric.
Aldwin will make a little cow eye and go, "Alrighty, buddy.
Zarn
Give a good prayer for me."
Zarn back to the church. Look, for certain people, you're willing to do anything. Before he turns on a heel and walks towards walks in there. On that note, do you mind if I switch?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cookie!
Yeah.
Who you want to talk to?
I'll talk to Takeshi first.
Alright. You catch him in town on one of the days that he comes into report. You see him and Galahad kind of like talking for a little bit before he sees you come over. Dade! What's going on?
Nothing much. What's up with you?
I just came in to give my report to the old one again.
Good things?
Yep, the usual out there. Trying to touch base with those goblinoids over in Solarinet, but a tall firebrand.
Yeah. Oh, same old. Just heard some news, and I wanted to check up on you / ask you something.
What's up? Oh yeah. He asked what's up. Like, what do you want to ask him?
Well, we found out that you know Aelor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his master is kind of not great. Well, not master, mentor. Turns out he wants to create a whole world where everyone's like happy and all that type of stuff, but in turn they kind of lose their memories and stay happy until the long night comes and then bad stuff happens.
Don't know what this long night is, but noted. Okay, wants to change people's memories. I assume that's who we're fighting against.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that what do you think about it?
Well, if you asked me that a couple decades ago, I might have been all for that back when I lost her. But now, after meeting you and spending time here, why would I want to lose all that? He kind of like nudges your shoulder.
So you're not gonna betray me or nothing at the end, right?
No, you taught me that. Thanks to you, Whitney, and the people around here. You taught me to stop looking in the past. So I don't need to run. I don't need to run back to that now.
Okay. Good. I kind of like, friendly, give him a tap on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Just want to make sure you're all set.
Mm-hmm. So when the war comes, I'm gonna be right beside you when those pointy-eared bastards come at us.
Good. I look forward to it, man.
Same here. Kind of clap. Arm.
A bro hug. Okay, cool. I don't know. I got that taken care of. Is my mom still here or no?
Che is here. Yeah, Che is here. God, I was saying his name over a second, but your mom. Yeah, she's still gonna be trying to mend ties with him.
Where are they?
Che would your mom. Actually, where would they be? Jeez. I mean, your mom's still living at the castle, because that's what you want to say. Che is probably. He might be at the castle too, but you do remember that he's helping you with your Deirdre investigation.
Okay. No, I talked to Che first, and then my mom.
You do find him hanging out. You do find him hanging out near the local park. He seems to be sitting alone currently, looking over a notepad that he has.
Hey, you doing all right?
He looks up at you. You see that his mask is gone. The scar that he has from the scar that is on the side of his face from when he was when your family attempted to kill him is there, and he's like, oh, yes, I think the investigations are going well.
Good. You're not overworking yourself, are you?
No, not like I can in a place like this. What?
Yeah, you never know. You might be too caught up in the investigation.
Thankfully, I take breaks to make sure I don't, so that way guards don't notice me sniffing around.
Good. And where are they like in the office or
At the park. He's like
what do you say?
at a park, basically. Basically,
Oh, the park.
yeah, he's sitting off by himself, basically, just like enjoying the nature and the scenery as people are like walking through, playing, stuff like that.
Is he like sitting in a chair or something?
Yeah,
Or
sitting
are there
at
like chairs around me?
Yeah, sitting like at a little picnic table, I say.
Okay, well he kind of sits in the other chair, probably like across from him, and he goes, so I got something I want to ask you. Well, not really ask, but just check on your point of view on certain things. Well, someone kind of wants to change the world.
The hope.
Make everyone happy until bad things happen.
Oh, the man I worked for before you took me down.
Yeah.
Well, before Ares made me go mad, but yeah. So he's putting his plans in motion then?
Yeah. We're trying to prepare, and I just want to check up on people I care about in my family to make sure that we're all on the same side.
Shay's silent for a little bit as he kind of like taps the table and he sighs. I don't know. I'm still mulling things over. Mother's trying to mend ties with me, but there's a lot of hurt there needs to be dealt with. But I'm making an effort to listen at least. So
Hey, I'm not gonna say I understand because I've never been in that situation myself, but I am sorry for what happened to you. And you know, I do want to help you. We all do.
You know.
So, plus, I would rather want to spend time with you as my brother rather than trying to kill you, you know?
Yeah, I understand. Despite,
But, you
I might still
huh?
believe in his goals somewhat, but I'd rather see where things go with the way life is now than run back to a happy fantasy.
Good. Um, I'm glad that you said that.
You know, it's
I wait real quick. It was Che older than me, or was he younger than me?
older than you.
Che's older than me. Okay. Yeah. Um, good. I actually want to hang out with my big brother. Tired of hanging out with my sisters.
Yes, I'm sure that living in an all girl household must have been horrible for you.
Yeah, I mean it was alright, but kind of hard to connect with, other people that aren't me. Well, I don't know. I wish I had more of a brother figure too, father figure.
Yeah. Do
Even though my mom and my sisters raised me well.
true. The old dad never really was around, was he?
Shoot, I even forgot how dad was back then.
No, it's the same with me. Every time I try to recall something about him, I don't know. It's just foggy. Like I don't know. Like I really didn't get to know the guy.
Yeah, me neither.
You ever thought about looking for him?
I have, but I have a lot of stuff going on here. I need to take care of first.
True. Might be something to keep in the background. Keep in the background more than anything else. But maybe maybe one day we can find them together and see what the old man was like.
I like that.
Kind of smiles at you. Well, that's a goal we can have if we live past the war that's coming.
We will. I have faith, kind of.
He nods.
But I know we need strong people at our side, and you know who is strong.
Yeah, yeah, I can guess.
Speaking of that, I need to go talk to her right now.
Yeah. Take care, Tate.
You too.
I'll let you. I'll let you know. I'll let you know about how the investigation is going once I have a bit more down.
Okay. Thanks.
He nods, and he goes back to writing in his notepad. You see him smiling a little bit as you're leaving.
Wholesome. All right. So my mom's in the castle.
You head over to the castle, kind of past the servants, and you see your mother in one of the. I want to say a tea room's a thing, so I'm gonna say that's a thing in Castle Leowyn tea room.
A tea room.
It's where you sit and drink tea and talk.
Whitney probably demanded it,
She probably did.
That's all right.
and we all had to capitulate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, she's in the tea room.
Mm-hmm. She's just drinking.
Is it just her?
Yeah, drinking some tea by herself.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go in and kind of say, "Hey, Ma."
Oh hey, hello, Tate. What brings you here?
Just wanted to check up on you and ask you a couple things.
You're asking if you have any more siblings that you don't know about. The answer is no. He says jokingly.
Well, I wasn't gonna ask you about that, but thanks.
Just covering my bases.
No, actually, I wanted to talk to you about a certain dilemma that we're having.
What's
See if
going?
you're on board or not.
Let's hear it then.
Well, someone wants to change people's minds, well, erase their minds, make everyone happier until the long night comes, which is going to be really bad. So I want to make sure that you're not like you're secretly on board with that idea, or no.
So you kind of think of it for a moment. I have done plenty of things that some people might consider horrible, that I regretted some of them. But I don't think I want to change that. Change my life as a whole, rather. Because who knows? I might lose.
Okay.
I might lose what I already had.
Okay. That's good to know. Just covering my bases.
Everyone wishes they could have a better life. I think, Tate, but I think the strength is being able to accept what you currently have and moving forward despite it. I get that strength from all of you.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
He smiles and hugs you.
I love my mother. Yeah, I hug her back. Oh yeah, keep going.
I was gonna say, she's gonna ask, I assume you don't have any doubts? What you're fighting
No.
for?
No doubts. I don't think I would have met Whitney in a different world, and I don't regret meeting her.
Good. Besides, I think she'd try and pick you up and throw you if you did.
Oh yeah, and she's a small one. She can do it.
Especially since she has gauntlets of ogre strength with the multiple giant. I forgot which, but it's basically made her stronger.
Oh no! Please don't remind her of that.
My lips are sealed.
But getting to that, I was wondering, since you are on board, do you think the rest of the syndicate would be on board too?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. On that count, they'll follow what I have to. They'll follow me if I order them to. Your sisters will no doubt. Your sisters, while Amy might still have some regrets about what had happened, I think I might be able to convince her to stay on our side. And Faye, well, no Faye.
Right.
If there is any.
No, keep going.
If there's anyone in the lower levels in the syndicate that wish to leave and go down that road, well, I'll deal with them accordingly. And try to convince them otherwise.
Okay. Well, I was also wondering, this might be a bit ambitious, but do you think the rest of the crime organizations would be with us? Or could you try to persuade them?
She gives a bit of a smirk. Now that seems like an excellent idea.
Well, since you are the leader of the most powerful crime syndicate, I think you're the perfect person to do that.
I'll see what I can do in that regard. I might need to call upon the aid of that friend of yours. What is Kaladin? I believe you call him.
Yes.
Yes. These elven lands. I don't know these elven lands as well as some of my agents here, so I might need to call upon him. Just to make sure.
Okay.
She kind of pinches her cheeks and says, "No, you take care while I do this. While I do that work."
All right, Mom, and you be careful.
I will. You stay safe as well, Kate.
I will. Love you.
You too, sweetie.
All right. Now my mom is done. Now this is like out of character because I just want to ask this. We are well. Me and Whitney also part of a guild. I don't know if anyone else is.
Yeah.
But I want to know if we could also have the guild try to help us.
Yeah. You could. You want to talk to some of the local guilds to make sure they're on your side?
The local guilds, yeah, but I know we went to that place that had like all the guilds there. I
Yes.
can't remember what the name of the place was. Yeah.
The Guild Inspections Office.
The place that Citizen used to work for, and that was a pain in your ass.
Yo, that's a fucking throwback.
That was 30 sessions ago. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm surprised I remember it, but I do.
Yep.
I'm surprised you remember it too. I'm surprised I remember it. TBH, I don't have that shit written down. Also, I have a
Well-
present for y'all in General VC.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So you
Well,
want?
I was thinking, could we also go there? Well, I don't. Not just me. I don't. Brittany's not here, so I was gonna ask her to come with, and anyone else.
Oops, I sent that in the wrong server.
Makes.
But I was wondering we could go there too and try to persuade them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No, that doesn't have to happen like right now. But I was just wondering if that's possible.
Oh no, it's fine. That is absolutely fine.
Okay.
Oh my
All right,
God.
yeah, we can do that.
Sorry, I saw a car tag and I was like, "Damn." Anyway, but no, that makes sense to me, Cookie. That's actually pretty smart, actually. I would not have thought of that.
I'm treating this like war, so I'm gonna ask everybody I know to help me out.
Makes sense.
You know what? I didn't think about that either. It's pretty fucking good.
Quick aside, as you're coming up with those plans to do that, Deirdre's gonna is gonna try and want to talk to you on the side.
Crap.
Who?
Deirdre.
To who?
To
Me?
To who? Yeah.
To Tate.
Oh, okay. About what?
He seems kind of nervous at first, and he asks, "Sir, is there anything I should know?"
What is Deirdre to me again?
Deirdre he's under you. He leads some of the local guards. He even has his own division.
He's not the one that fucked up, right?
He's the one that you're investigating, yes.
Okay. That's what I thought. I don't know. I don't want to lie to him, but also at the same time, I don't know how. I don't know. The investigation's not finished yet. So. Okay, I'm gonna lie for right now. Well, no. What? No, nothing's going on, Deirdre. Why are you asking?
Hold up real quick. I'm having roll deception. Do you want me to roll deception for you on Foundry?
Oh yeah. Oh shit. I'm not in Foundry. Yes, please.
Okay, yeah. No,
I knew I was forgetting something.
You're fine. Whoa, they added a picture to it. That's cool. They added a picture to the skill checks. Anyway, okay, with the 24, he kind of nods and he says, well, there's the fact that we're getting a lot of new guards in town. It seems like something's up. And then there's been rumors of like some dragon pharaoh hanging around, asking questions, things like that. And I thought you might know something about that or something. So if nothing's going on, then All right. Just wanted to check in.
It's okay. Don't worry about it for now. And also, you don't have anything else you want to tell me, like the truth of what really happened?
Passionate about that?
I don't. I know we were doing it in text, but I don't think. I think I thought about it, but I don't think I actually did it.
Yeah. He's gonna shake his head. No. Nothing really. Everything's been going well.
All right.
You want to insight that?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, I don't trust that boy. Okay.
Let me see. With a 21. Yeah. You call bullshit. He's clearly nervous about something.
I'm gonna like squint my eyes a bit and then go, Deirdre, are you sure nothing's going on?
Everything is fine, sir. He says, kind of like straightening up.
And why are you lying to your superior?
I am not lying, sir.
Deirdre, you know, you can come to me about anything.
I might have.
You trust me, right?
I might have a couple times to go hang out with Leonardo.
Well, not what I was expecting. Oh. How many times have you been skipping work?
Once, or twice, or 5 times.
5 times. And what have you two been doing while you have been skipping work?
Nothing, just hanging out.
Like what?
Just like mainly hanging out, traveling the forest, seeing, sailing, sometimes boating, sailing, stuff like that. Got a scratch at the back of his neck.
Is there a reason why you have been skipping work? Just to hang out in the forest?
I don't really get to see him as much with everything, with the way everything is with the Jade Knights and the guards and stuff, so...
If that was the case, I could have, fixed your schedule up so you could, have more time to hang out.
I don't want preferential treatment for that. But at the same time, I do see your point.
Look, if you get pissed off at me, that bites me in the ass, and I don't want my soldiers to be pissed off at me. So whatever helps their happiness, I'm going to aim for it.
He nods. Understood.
All right. I'll look at your schedule later on and rearrange it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Go back to your post.
He nods and he kind of like gives you a salute and he leaves.
Okay.
You sound
We need to finish that investigation.
All right, good. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No. That was the only thing I had in mind.
Okay. Who do I want to do next? Citizen, Kaladin, which one do you want to go next?
Where are we going, Kaladin?
I said which one? Okay.
That's a good question, sir.
Aren't we going to talk to the Mages Guild? I thought I was going to talk to the Mages Guild. At least Leah, for reasons.
I'm not
You
sure
can-
what you're
you
doing.
can go do that.
If you're going to the Dwarven Kingdoms, though, I do want to perhaps hitch a ride with you there. What?
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Sorry. Out of mic things.
You're good. You're good.
But yeah. So what are you doing? So.
Well, investigate the whereabouts of some individuals, or investigate another faction or so. Spend time with other people, and yeah.
I know you have like some Kaladin things, like maybe you got a personal quest or something. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that, but I'm sorry.
Personal quest.
I know he's got some personal goals. Wink, wink.
Car, why?
What? I don't know what they are.
See, I was thinking I was thinking a very specific way with that just made that, and I was trying not to laugh because I was like, is this man really, really calling out Kaladin for that?
Wink, wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
He's got shorts he needs to attend to.
Oh my god.
Look, he said it, not me. I didn't say shit.
I pulled the trigger on that anyway.
I mean,
You didn't. You could have put the safety on, took the mag out, unloaded it, and put it back in the case. But no, you had to fire it.
I mean, because I have a firm feeling you know what I'm going to talk to Leah about. We can do Kaladin next. He's pretty crazy, chaotic.
No. You can do Searson. No. You do Searson, so I can plan out some Cal stuff.
Okay, he's got to plan out some Cal stuff. All right, yeah, sure. Wink, wink.
Okay, seriously.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yes.
Are you taking Ayla with you to see Leah?
Sure thing.
All right.
Taking your boyfriend.
Oh my god.
To see her girlfriend.
Not even
Mm.
close. Nuh-uh. Lies and slander. So, yeah, we're doing that.
All right, so you and Ayla kind of head over to the Mages Guild. A few people are in awe. You see that one kid in the background who's been studying the Sorcerer King, kind of just writing notes when he sees Ayla. Ayla's kind of like just, his face palms slightly, and he says, "I really don't like that kid."
You don't like that kid?
He's referring to the one that's writing notes while looking starstruck at Ayla. That's the researcher that's been researching everything Sorcerer King related.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when you feed him lies.
Noted. One of the mages notices you and comes up and says, "Can we help you, Ambassador Citizen and Ambassador? Jesus Christ, why is my mind going? Ambassador Ruse and Counselor Daenerys."
Yes, we would like to. Is whoever runs the entire guild's operations available?
That would be Virno, but I assume that's not how you're looking for?
We're looking for both Virno and Leah.
Oh, well, I believe that they should be having a meeting at this point, talking about the guild's monthly quota.
We need to intrude on that meeting. It is an emergency.
Down the hall down the hall, it's straight ahead.
Very well. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go down the hall and straight ahead.
You go through. You find the door to Virno's office. Do you just walk in, or
Walk in. Gotta make a statement.
you walk in and you find yourself in this office much larger than you would have expected in a building this size.
Oh, spatial brain hurting.
And you see Leah and Virno, who are in the middle of an argument, and the argument seems to kind of cease as the two of you walk in.
We need to have a bit of a sit down here.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. I was about to tear my hair out with this when he says, as Virno says, he kind of like sits back in his chair, folding his arms. Ugh.
First order of business, Leah, has Virno let you know of the information he was supposed to tell you?
Yes, he has.
Right. And what are your thoughts on that?
No. Well, this is specifically referring to the mages helping Hanak in the war against Umayeg, or?
That and... Did we talk to him about getting his powers back?
That was more... Alar more mentioned that as in he wanted to talk to Leah directly about that.
Okay, yeah, then we haven't mentioned about that. Yeah, then, yeah, we're just mentioning the Mages Guild help in, Leowyn during the Umayeg War.
Yes, Vino has told me about it, but as I told him, I would need more information to be able to understand the circumstances in which I should pledge... every Mages Guild should be pledged to help you in this war, that's coming.
Yes, well, if you know me well enough, you know that I wouldn't come to you unless I had a very good reason to do so.
And that reason would be...
Well, I'm not the hugest fan of the misabuse of magical power, and that's exactly what Umayeg is going to do.
And you have evidence of this.
Alar?
And kind of steps forward and says, "My old master, who taught me the ways of how to achieve the goal that I had before, has come out of hiding and has come out of hiding and is currently pulling the strings behind the Umayeg and the Tempest Empire, and he plans to finish what I started." Oh, great! Another sorcerer and wizard who wishes to try and change the world. He is far more than that. He is something more ancient, as it were. Ah, I assume you're referring to the theoretical Eternals from before. That some studies have happened on. Yes, but we now have evidence that this is definitely not theoretical. Very well. I will consider that information. I'll bring it up to the conclave. While the local mages guild might be able to pledge their service to you in a way with Virno here, I would have to bring this up to the conclave, to the Eastern Conclave, to see what they think on the matter.
If it's alright with you, I'd like to join you to the Eastern Conclave to merely present evidence.
Very well. Is there anything else we need to discuss?
Well, I do need this council's opinion on the matter of Umayeg.
As in, you need her opinion or the conclave's opinion?
I need this current council's. Is it just her and Veer now?
Yeah, it's just them. They're the only two in there.
Oh, never mind. I know their opinions.
Yeah.
Alright, yes, no, that'd be it. You may go back to your deliberating.
As you're saying that, Alar says, there's one last thing that needs to be brought up. Virno, would you mind? I have to clear my own office. If you would, please. Fine. Kind of like packs up one of his books and kind of like walks out past the door, please. And then the door shuts. And what is it you'd like to discuss, Alar? You mess with my head. More specific than that. I can't read any spells that are in this book that are too powerful. And at first I thought it might have been my master that had done it, but now I have a sneaking suspicion that it was you. Leah kind of like sits back in her chair, and if it was me, then what of it?
I'm going to cautiously sit down and we fear that it might be necessary for Aylar to have his powers back in order to defeat his master.
It seems more. And how can you be sure that he'd be able to, or that it's worth the risk that Alar might pose should he be restored to full power?
It wouldn't be a risk because he wouldn't be able to defeat Spero even with his power. It only helps. But if he doesn't have his power, that is a huge disadvantage we have against this Spero.
I feel as
You are aware of Alar and what deeds he has done, correct?
I witnessed them firsthand back when I believed in him.
Then you know very well the evil that someone who is Alar's master could achieve.
Yes, but that doesn't change. Yes, I do know, in fact, but that doesn't change the fact that I still don't trust him. After everything he's done, I'll never let it go, will you? No, I won't. We believed in you. Every one of us believed in your goal and your ideals for a brighter future. But in the end, you were just using us, using me. You killed some of our best and brightest, who thankfully had clones to turn to. This doesn't change the fact of what you did. There's a chance that you might turn back into that person. I won't risk it.
I won't either. That's why we should institute a safeguard, no?
What safeguard is there against a man like him? We took every single mage to take him down, and we were lucky because the Tempest King was keeping him busy.
Well, there are ladies like you and me, and then there are his apprentices.
Who I'm sure are heavily devoted to him.
They are not. They are controlled by these Eternals, so to speak, and have little to no care for Alar's actual true intentions.
So basically, you're saying that no matter if he wanted to try it, he'd be faced against odds that he wouldn't be able to beat.
Yes. He has essentially made his own cage. And he didn't even need powers for it.
Yeah, I was going to give you a bit of a look. Anything as Leah thinks about what you have to say. Very well. I will consider this proposal and then render my final judgment by the end of the month.
Very well. You may take your time, but please, Umieg will not be taking their time, and neither will Spero.
She nods.
Let me know when you wish to speak with the conclave. I wish to once again join in that.
She nods. I will let you know indeed. And then Alar turns on a heel and walks towards the door and opens it with Virno kind of like standing outside, still looking over his book. Continue your conversation now. Ugh. Kind of like walks back in. And Leah kind of frowns as she mutters, "Here we go again."
Oh, I'm sure this time it'd be much more entertaining than the last. She'll smile and walk out with Alar.
The door shuts behind them, and you're walking ahead. Alar's following behind. And he says, "Have a political play there."
Well, I'm sure you are.
It was. Yes.
Hmm.
Are you alright?
I'm fine, as it were.
I didn't cite it, but
You're welcome to.
yeah, sure, I'll incite it. She's getting better at it.
But you can use
Right.
you can use investigation instead of insight.
I can use investigation instead of insight.
Yeah.
Yay!
You have a class feature that allows that, so.
Lovely. I have a class feature that allows it. How do I roll on this damn thing? I go to my sheet.
Yep.
That's what I do.
Sheets,
I wonder how many people have heard me say this same thing.
attributes, and then click investigation.
Boop. Boop. God fucking damn it.
I'm gonna be honest. Even goddamn, you had to add the sound effect, huh?
Yeah.
I will say, you hit the bare minimum, basically. Like, yeah, even with a 10, you can tell that ALR is definitely feeling some type of way.
He's obviously upset.
Yeah.
Look, I apologize of what was done there, but you very well know that the benefits outweighed the costs there, and there was no, well, actual feeling towards that statement, correct?
I choose to believe that's the case. Yes, but I'm not ignorant. I'm not ignorant of the ways of politics and how I can be and how I could be seen as a tool for it rather than an actual person in that regard. Not that that would be a problem in any type of way. I just like to know where we stand in that regard.
Well, if I didn't care about you enough to give you these powers, I wouldn't have had this argument in the first place.
He slightly nods. There's an argument to be made that you would need them to protect what you've built thus far, but I see your point.
Plus, it'd probably be better that it was me rather than Kaladin saying that. I'm sure you would probably punch him.
Do I really appear to be that violent?
The issues with Nerul beg to differ.
Well, when your children are at stake, things start to look different.
Yes, and when you are at stake, things start to look different. Looks at you intensely, and goes back to walking, of course. And turns around, goes back to walking.
AR will simply, kind of like looks back at you, and then as you turn, he kind of like falls and doesn't seem to be slouching as much in what appears to be being upset. He seems happier than he was before, but yes, the two of you walk rather closely out of the Mages Guild.
Oh boy! Shut up, Cookie. Cookie. All right.
When are they going to start holding hands?
Anything else?
That's it. I'ma punch you.
Anything else you want to do, Seriously?
Yeah, I punch Gabe IRL.
Oh my goodness.
Thought that through the call.
The call, no.
Yep.
That's
To
all
the
on my
tree.
end, unless anyone else needs me for any of their actions.
I was gonna say you could get that. I was gonna say you could do the espresso thing and get that over with, but no.
What's the
Yeah, we
espresso? Oh, yeah,
could.
we could do that espresso. But yeah, let that be a Tate and Searson thing. But first, Kaladin.
Okay, Kaladin.
Or are you
Oh,
still
no.
planning?
Here we go.
What do you want to do, Kaladin?
Okay.
Well, I have that little list. I guess first things first. Gonna try and expand contacts in the West. See if there's any more ways I can learn information about our enemies and such.
Like the storm that's approaching.
You could say that, yes. Haha. Get it? Because the storm is approaching. Because the Tempest Empire.
I was also making a reference to a song, but
And yeah.
never mind. Alright.
First things first for that, I guess.
Roll persuasion with advantage for me, please. Normally, I realize you have reliable talents. You don't need it. You don't even need.
Oh. Come on, you could give me advantage. I won't refuse that.
God damn it, Perry. You straight roll. Let's go.
Alright. Normal.
So that's
Alright, that is a 22.
with a 22. All right, your contacts set to spread westward, avoiding the big red stain known as Red in the middle. Your contacts do let you know that the Lupin tribes are
Good
getting
to
closer
know.
and closer to Hanak. Lupin and Wolfbearer tribes, with the former Blade of Merrick and Shield of Merrick at the head. They will be making landfall within.
Alright, those.
They'll be making landfall in Hanak and be getting close to Leowyn within the next month.
Okay. Alright. One thing to add to the pile. Oh shit, that we're gonna have to clean up.
Alright, what else would you like to? What else would you like
Alright,
to do?
so wolves are arriving. Wolves on our doorstep next month. Alright. Alright, so that's. I guess I'll go, since it's nice having him around, I'll go, see if Jarson wants to pop an old. Gonna pop an old bourbon by the fire or something.
He'll be up for that.
Alright. Good, because I wasn't asking.
Roll me a con save.
Yeah, good to know. How trash do I get? Oh, let's do this.
Well, you're welcome to come along. Kaladin allows it. Look at 21. You kind of like cough a little bit from the bourbon burning your throat, but hey, get used to it. I cough a little bit.
Can build up my tolerance.
Yeah.
Well, I assume my tolerance is already decent.
Oh, this is
Oh, that
bourbon.
burns the throat.
This is
Feels
bourbon,
wonderful.
man. Anyway, Jarson's gonna like just kind of.
Yep, high quality vintage.
Jarson's gonna sip some. What is gonna say? So, what you want to talk about?
I just wanted to say thank you for assisting the cause and all that stuff.
No problem.
Yes. I just wanted to let you know that if you need help with anything, well, I'm here.
Gotcha.
How have you been doing these past months, years, decades?
It's funny. Ow. I've been doing all right.
Good to know. So what are your plans? Plans for your future.
I don't know. Depends on how everything looks.
Any goals you wish to accomplish?
I guess that would depend on the way things look, the way things look in the future. I don't know how quickly things can change.
As things have changed a lot in the past several years, and they're all going to change even more. However possible. This is some wonderful bourbon, gotta say.
Yeah,
How much did this bourbon cost, by the way?
probably 300 gold per cup.
Few hundred gold?
Per cup.
That is some pricey bourbon. Good to know.
It's been aged.
Alright, for the next intern, that's gonna be his job.
Okay, noted.
The dwarves have made it. Yeah, good old dwarven stock here. Well, actually, dwarves are more of ale and beer, but I guess there are a few connoisseurs of bourbon, probably.
No doubt.
Lagging.
Am I lagging or are you lagging?
I might be delayed.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Alright,
I mean,
one
he
second.
sounds pretty good on my end.
Yeah, but there's a bit of a pause.
Yes, yeah. How's the... Guess there's still a pause.
Sounds good on my end.
Oh, okay.
Alright, well, Jarson's gonna ask, well, why are you so curious about what I want to do in the future?
Some... I guess you could say, opponent has come up, and you could say that he's... Well... He has plans on changing everyone's future. For some better, for some worse, depending on how you view it. And it just got me thinking.
Interesting. Must be something big to get you thinking like that.
Well... Things are just getting bigger and bigger as the years go on. First it was goblins, then an eternal here and there. And... well... the meals we're being served are larger, to say the least.
I'm sure you'll be able to handle it.
Here's hoping for you too. I trust that we'll keep this relationship going in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of like gives you a toast. Yep, to continued employment.
To continued employment. Clink!
Yeah, he downs his bourbon. Whoa, that's good stuff.
It really is. Sounds like a shot. Oh yeah, shot glasses. Perfect.
Alright. on that note.
Alright. Presumably Jarson's. Alright. Side note, or personal note. Alright, Jarson's employment, I guess, I don't know if it's assured, but guaranteed or something like that. Yeah. Alright. Good to know.
Alright. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That list has been checked. Alright, good to know. Adios saloon. Alright, so that's checked. I guess I'll make some looks into Savon and the Silver Blade.
Alright.
There's if any news has developed between them.
Full investigation with
And-
advantage.
Hey, we like that advantage here. That was my thing. Oh wait, I might actually need the advantage. So what were my little birds find for me? Ooh.
So, from what you've been able to hear,
It is 26.
whoever these employees guys were, in regions where they were probably popular, they seem to be popping up dead.
I like to hear.
Some of them with being stabbed. Some of them
Any
being poisoned.
cause of death? All right. I like to hear this. All right. Good to know.
No.
Any
word-
left, or is it just like they're all falling like flies?
Oh, falling like fucking flies. However, there is no word.
All right.
There's been no word on this Savon character popping up. Seems like your uncle's still keeping to the shadows.
I need to learn how to see the shadows like him in the future. All right.
While
Noted.
while we're investigating, Nerul will pop up.
Oh.
And he kind of appears in your office one day. And he,
Yeah, I can hear my response from you. I think.
yeah, that's the thing. You're behind for
Sorry,
me.
continue.
Hold on. Okay. Gabe? Gabe?
Yo.
Okay, 3-second delay. Alright.
Hello. 3-second lag. Oh no.
Anyway, so we'll comment, and he kind of looks around, makes sure no one else is around. And he says, keeping busy, I think.
Pile of paperwork and things to do has just been rising.
Slowly and steadily.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, but a sad sight to see. I won't be able to sleep for the next several days, probably.
You'll probably need your rest, since I hear your parents will be on their way back home soon, if the shadows are to be believed.
Thank you for the notification. I'll have to get a little welcoming thing prepared. Cal rubs his eyes. Alright. Thank you for the news. Is there anything you wanted?
I realize that with the force facing, you all will need more of an edge to be able to stand against it. An edge that, even that while we can't provide, I'd rather make sure there's also an edge within your own ranks.
Oh. Do tell.
I am willing to offer you my patronage. You will become a warlock underneath me if you sign a pact with me.
A warlock. And if I may ask, what would like contract as in, alright, so what's in between the lines for this contract?
Nothing.
I'd like to know.
Doesn't cost your soul. Doesn't cost your soul. Doesn't cost you money. Doesn't cost you anything. It's just a deal we make. I hand off to you. We make a deal, and you will become a warlock from hence on.
I thought I would have to sell my soul or something like that, since that's what warlocks usually have to do.
I'd rather not.
Oh.
I'm not into souls.
Well, thank you. I'll accept this deal.
And as such, I have something else for you as well to cement that deal.
Pokes his head out from under his desk, getting another bottle of old bourbon. Yeah, alright. This is something to celebrate.
He pulls the sword, a katana, and he places it on the table.
Al takes it and inspects it.
Do you pull the sword out of the
Sheathing
sheath?
Mm-hmm.
You pull it out, and you realize that this is the mortal blade.
The mortal blade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Oh my.
For the time being,
Okay, alright.
For the time being, until the war is finished, and then until I have need of it again, I can think of nowhere it'd be safer.
Thank you for entrusting me with this artifact.
He nods. I'm sure you'll be. I'm sure you'll be able to deal with whatever comes your way. With that in tow.
With this, that's yes, I think we most certainly will. Do you want some bourbon to celebrate? Because I know I do.
Sure. The two of you drink.
All right.
We'll make con save.
Time to fail. Dueling partner. Assuming I can, well, yeah, new dueling partner if I manage to dual wield, but yeah. All right. Normal roll.
With that,
right.
you're trying to do your best to hold it
How's
down.
a 14?
Trying to do your best to hold it down. Starting to hiccup here and there, but otherwise, you're just a bit tipsy.
Seeing a couple doubles here and there, but enough to maybe operate semi-efficiently.
Nerul just seems to be
Well.
absolutely fine. He's drinking and he's not like having any effect at all.
As expected. Like, oh yeah, I can drink like 50 of these in my sleep and I'll be fine.
Basically.
Meanwhile, Cal's up here like stumbling around after a single sip. Alright. Right. Mortal blade to add to the inventory. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what to say after that. That was unexpected.
I had a feeling I might take the words out of you.
Huh. You're correct on that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Shit.
That technically that is technically more of your patron than I am, but
I guess.
tomato tomato.
Well, I appreciate the patron.
No
So, willing to, or I'll serve as best I can.
Hmm.
Alright, time to test out some spells.
Have fun, Kaladin.
Oh, I intend to. Thank you once more, my friend.
No problem. I'm assuming you're gonna. I'm assuming that giddily.
Oh, that was
I broke Gabe,
Huh?
guys. I broke Gabe, guys.
I mean, I was just given this thing, like, out of the blue. Like. I remember, like, first seeing that when, one Lupin dude was, wielding, I was like, alright, I want that. That was many a year ago. Damn.
On that
Okay.
note, I think that'll be. I think that's all for Kaladin then, isn't it? Or
Cal's a little, tuckered out. He'll do the rest of his stuff that he has to do, I guess, later.
noted. As he freaks out that he has the fucking mortal blade now.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that note, Illum,
Yes.
what are you hoping to do?
Well, I assume it would be unwise to proceed to the dwarves by myself. Is that correct?
Yep, because Searson and them would want to come along for that.
Guess I could come along as well, maybe. Just bring the whole party, why not?
Well, I'd like to go with as many people as available, but I assume if I'm doing this somewhat within a simultaneousness of the other events that not everyone will be, but it would definitely be an offer extended to everyone that would be able / want to go.
Why are you going to see the dwarves?
The party's hoping to get them on their side, so that the party's hoping to get them and the Sixth Empire on their side for the upcoming war.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some chonky allies because they got like 2 out of the 4 nations on this continent working against us.
Them dwarves are thick. They can hold the line forever.
Yes.
We need
They-
the weapon masters.
We
There's no one
need
better to have it
the
more than
stubbornness.
That's the crap.
Yeah, we need the stubborn and the grudge bearing.
We need the grudge bearing. Yes.
grudge better. Yeah, for sure.
Do they have any Do they have any books of grudges?
Yes.
Just tell me they do.
But yes, we need thick allies, and dwarves are a thick ally.
Oh my goodness.
It seems Illum would get along with them well.
But Illum, is there anything else you wanted to do aside from the dwarves?
There's a couple things, but I assume that in terms of just like prioritization or like the hierarchy of tasks, definitely the dwarves thing would be first.
But besides that,
Time sensitive, making sure that they're helped as soon as possible, so they feel as prioritized as possible within like the possible allies we're speaking to. I know they're prideful beings.
besides that,
I will. I'll message you real quick. Send to make sure.
Hmm?
Lou?
If there's,
No.
in terms of like preparation, if a loom's completely ready to go, as it applies to his own person, like arms, armor, training wise, like he's kind of like ready to go, then he would speak to his arbiters and representatives of the service corps, because he'd like for some of them to go with them as well.
I mean, besides focusing on the dwarves, is there anyone you want to talk to or deal with in town?
That's not in our party.
Yes.
So the person that was going to address, I missed the first little bit of it, but I got the second bit of the person that was going to check out the health of the surrounding areas.
Onyx.
I would like to speak with Onyx if he has not already departed, about perhaps providing him with enhanced means to more efficiently conduct his duties and to greater ensure the health of our population, given that every able body will be needed in the near future.
All right. He wasn't planning on heading out. We were sending people head out, but you do find him working away in a clinic in the cathedral, and he doesn't turn to look at you as he's working on a patient. As he simply says, "A loom."
Greetings, Onyx. How goes it? And then I would assume if a loom can, like, in any way help while he's speaking with him to kind of show that, like, he values his task. He's just trying to, like, provide an offer of help, but he doesn't want him to be wasting any of his valued time. If that makes sense.
What exactly do you need?
Well, I need the opportunity to ask you what you might need to best accomplish what you would like to in terms of enhancing the health and future health of our population via any assistance I can offer. While myself, I believe I will probably be speaking with potential allies besides those of our existing countrymen. I could set aside some of my specialists from the Arbiters for Security and the Service Corps to try and aid you in terms of whether you would need supplies, additional manpower, specialization, certain information, just whatever you might need to maximize the health of those of which we are sworn to protect.
He doesn't look. He doesn't
All
look
right,
up.
put you in contact with them, and then you can directly speak with them if that would.
He doesn't directly speak. He doesn't directly look up as you're saying this, and he says, "If you hope," and he simply says, "If you wish to do that to help the people that will be inspecting, that is fine. If you're doing it to simply gain my favor or to gain my favor, then there's no need. I'm not the type of person that you can gain favor with by actions like these. I'm just a simple." Physician is all here to heal people.
I respect that sentiment more than I can easily put into words. While my father may not have been the physician that you are in its purity, he definitely was one that, in a statement of purpose, would say that he was purely here to protect. So I very much appreciate that. And yes, if anyone's favor I seek, it's that of our populace. No offense to yourself, but one individual is only worth so much in terms of their individual approval. It's more of you must connect with the majority, if that makes sense, within these hearts and minds situations, while appealing to those that we have to care for in a health and professional sense.
As he moves on to another patient, he says, "To be quite frank, wherever your father went, it did seem like death seemed to follow. but he was a good man regardless. So I don't hold that against him. He resets a bone. However, you are smart. However, you are smart in choosing to aid the people, since they're the ones you'll need to convince when this war inevitably starts. I might be the one that fixes them physically, but there's nothing I can do for them mentally to stop the hate they might have against you.
Very true, and very wise sentiment, to be sure. Well, I will take that in mind and speak to those that may be able to address the areas of which you do not focus. Thank you very much for your time and expertise. And I will be sending those letters to my men regarding their specific instructions and how to contact you at the earliest available moment. And I will be sure that those are sent before I depart to speak with potential allies. Best of luck with the coming tasks that are to be included with this overall process. The health of our people is a primary concern with myself, so let me know if there's any updates or changes that need to be made on my end.
I will let you know indeed.
Much thanks. And then Alum will bow and then depart.
As you are leaving, there's a bit. I will assume it's nightfall as you are leaving, as it's starting to get dark out. Zorn appears to be checking on some of the local guards near the cathedral, making sure that they're awake and everything and doing their jobs before he sends them back out. He kind of notices you and just waves a little bit.
I would return the wave with, what's the right word? I guess, like, vigor, like, you know, not, like, enthusiastically, because I feel like that's a silly way to wave, but, like, you know, in recognition of seeing that this is a person that I know. Like, return the wave in kind of thing. Good lord, that was too much, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, he nods at you. He nods at you, and he asks, "What are you doing over here?"
Well, I was just speaking to Onyx about how both my members of the Service Corps and the Arbiters might be of assistance in increasing the health of our population within the surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm.
What might you be doing, my honor?
Just checking on the guards right now, making sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. See a couple of them slacking here and there. Gotta make sure that stops.
Vigilant. Well, I'll make note of any particular tips you have on ensuring discipline is upheld, though the Arbiters normally seem to that never to be a problem within the implements of their duties. More of the, what I would say, restraint and the withholding of the willingness and the want to be within the fray, to be their biggest issue as guards. The instigate, not the lack of initiation, but at the same time, I will very much keep any particular advice you have in mind in terms of instilling both loyalty, but also the correct course of action from those beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any particular advice regarding that, I would be happy to make note of it.
Oh yeah, I got plenty I can help you there with. Though it's reaching nightfall, this will take a couple hours for me to get all these points out. He says, laughing a bit.
Then I would be honored if you would write me, and I have much studying to do for the upcoming Jade Knights trials, so I will definitely integrate that into my study plan in terms of the many great works of proficient military personnel within both this area and beyond that I need to become familiar with so that I might at my best for the tryouts.
He kind of nods before looking up at the skylight. He says, "Oh, hey, look, shooting star."
Should we make a wish?
I don't believe in that thing usually. Besides, I don't really like wishing on these type of things.
Well, I'll make one for both of us just in case. Because why not if it can't hurt, right?
Yeah, it depends on what you believe about shooting stars, what you think those stars are up there.
Well, if it's a falling celestial mass, then as long as its impact doesn't cause any physical damage and or its radiological trail, then I will let its symbolic meaning and those implications and forearm be more so up to your own interpretation, my friend.
Back up north. We used to back where I came from. We used to say, I remember I used to hear stories that every time you see a star fall down there, it's another world dying. Yeah,
That is certainly nothing to celebrate and or wish for.
Didn't always know what they meant. Didn't always know what they meant by that, but it always sounded ominous, really.
Well, death almost always is, unfortunately. While sometimes death itself can be used to fuel life, that is often never the case. So, when possible, I like to avoid both death, entropy, and inefficiency. But at the same time, I understand that they're unavoidable aspects of this reality we call existence.
Still weird if you think about it. The fact that up there, every time you see a star fall, I mean, there's a world just like Akria that just poof goes away.
Terrifying to think about, though. It does certainly make you want to ensure that the world that we do have is protected to the greatest extent possible, and those within it.
I used to think that way. And I just stopped caring at some point.
Well, then why do you do what you do?
For the thrill of it. To fight. To live. To have money and the like. The fun's in the fight. Sure helping people's a plus, but that wasn't why I got into the mercenary business. Got tired of what was going on back home. Got tired of all the responsibility and the like, and decided, I'll live the way I want to. I did my time. Why not live a little? And who knows? Maybe find someone out here.
A respectable sentiment, to be sure. But is that one that you would like those that may protect your future children to hold?
Look, I don't want it. Kids ain't in my future. But I know one thing. I don't want people to always be worried about what people close to me and what future people they have might be and what might happen to them. I'd rather let them live the way they want to live and live with what happens. Because bearing the weight of the world is just gonna break your back one day, and if too many people bear that weight, eventually they'll all break.
Well, I do understand that at some level, to prevent them from breaking for as long as possible, which is all that we can do, it seems, within your analogy. It is simply what we must do to work together to distribute that force as much as possible. So theoretically, within us all holding the weight of the world and distributing it equally, we'll be able to hold it for as long as possible, which it seems to be the best course of action in terms of both thrill, joy, and how you would put it, the aspects of the work that made you seek it out and continue to carry it out would be found in that struggle itself. So, in my opinion, our goals seem to align, if not for the intentions they were originally carried out.
Yeah, back when I used to think like you, but yeah. Oh no, I lived that life way too long. Saw too many people get burned by
Trust me, I have seen what this life can do to those that live it to the greatest extent and with the utmost of honor. But at the same time, that cannot dissuade us from making the same or greater sacrifices. We have no choice but to look at those that fell as having fallen to give us a place to walk so that we can walk and give those that come behind us a place to do the same.
What happened?
The
What
struggle and
happens?
the thrill of which we can push it.
And what happens when you look back and there's no one left? Then there's no one left to keep the road going.
Then it's over, and you've pushed it as far as you can. But let us hope that it never comes to that point, and we can avoid that point of termination / process or parameters that would lead to failure. But if it is inevitable, then we must do our best to fight against it. For if not, then where's the fun in simply allowing it to happen, right?
Maybe.
The greatest battle is the one against entropy, starvation, and efficiency. You get my point.
The greatest battle, I think, is listening to you talk, and I seem to win it every time, he says jokingly.
Fair enough.
I'm just messing with you. Anyway, I see your point. Might not agree with it, but I see your point, he says as he looks back up. Huh. Is the thing getting closer?
Loom would glance up at the shooting star, trying to make sure that it's not closing within their proximity.
It does seem like it's gone a bit closer, but Zon kind of stares at you like, huh, I might land somewhere close by. That'd be interesting.
Could this possibly cause some kind of emergency
Nah,
that we may address?
Nah, I doubt it. The mages will handle it.
Fair enough. Well, perhaps we should be sure that they are able / are aware that they should do so.
Give me like 5 minutes. Give me like 5 minutes. I like seeing them run around with chickens with their heads cut off.
I'll trust your judgment on this issue. I'll defer to your expertise.
Yeah. Besides, there's no way that it land and the shooting star drops faster than you have seen anything drop before, and it smashes into the cathedral, sending out a massive pulse of radiant energy that knocks you straight to the ground, blows out the windows of every building in Leowyn, and basically all of you feel and hear this blast.
What happened now? No.
Loom would check if guard is alright.
Give me a second. I gotta think of music here. What's everyone else's reaction to this?
To what?
Alden will sit up in bed. Let out a curse word and then pull his boots back on and just head out.
All right,
He's
head
still
out.
wearing everything.
Head out. We're going.
I imagine Alduin sleeps with those the things you put on your eyes when you sleep, like the little mask thing. He's like, wears one of those. He totally wears one of those. Canon now.
The sad thing is he's still wearing his armor, or he's still wearing his clothes from the day before. So he's
Oh my god!
He's just used to it.
Pajamas is just the eye thing.
Yep.
So Zon kind of picks himself up. Okay, that's new.
What?
Loom would ask Zarn if he needed any medical attention.
Nope.
Cal's gonna get up from his desk. He's just hunched over, and he looks out the window, and I can't see that well, so he takes one of his shot glasses like a telescope and just looks at the cathedral.
He's like, oh, shit.
Oh my. Takes his new toy and runs and goes to investigate.
There is a Zarn kind of like stands up on his own, and on his own after you help him up, Illumine. He's like, okay, hey, over there. He kind of shouts to the guards. He kind of like tells them to check the surrounding buildings, to make sure everyone's all right. He looks towards the cathedral, and another pulse of energy kind of like just comes out of the cathedral and knocks you both to the ground again. Okay, that's getting annoying. Really annoying.
Another pulse from the cathedral?
Yeah. Basically, when you start laying, a pulse of energy comes up from the cathedral and knocks Illum and Zarn back to the ground.
Oh, that's fucking lovely.
Okay, that's new. That is really new.
Yes, let us try to deal with that.
Zarn will get back up, and then he's gonna get back up, and he's gonna try and get closer to the cathedral, which is shining brightly. By the way, like all windows are broken in it, but it is shining like bright as hell.
But landed in the backyard this time.
I think Aldwin and Cal would come running up at the same time.
Yeah. Were you asleep too? You're still wearing your eye thing.
Yeah, he's just running around with the eye thing. He just pulled up a lid so he can see.
Yeah. I guess we should go and investigate this together. Should not have drunken that much. Chaos, like, cracks his back.
Could get you back yet?
When
Nope, she's not. Okay. Okay. So, Zarn's gonna start heading towards the cathedral, I assume, with the rest of you guys in tow. And that's when you hear this piercing scream. It sounds like Pino screaming, and Zarn immediately just kicks open the door like as hard as he can, and like you see that basically this door just breaks.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'll be invisible.
Oh my goodness! You see, like the door just shatters when Zarn kicks it open.
Aldwin just groans a little bit, but he just shakes his head.
Gotta replace that door now.
Laying on the pulpit of the cathedral, you see a dying angel with a black wound that has black veins seeping from it.
Oh shit.
And Zarn, without another word, just rushes forward to the angel. And you guys follow?
Yeah?
Yes.
Alright. So some of the clerics try to heal him, but it doesn't seem to be working. And that's when Zarn's kind of like looking around, kind of like looking over, when suddenly the angel grabs him by the arm. And that's when you hear him say, "Please, Zarniel, help us." And the angel dies, rotting, consumed by this necrotic wound and turning to dust.
You could say you got dusted. Well.
Aldwin's gonna look over at Zarn. What in the world?
And when you look at him, Zarn looks back at you guys, but you see that his eyes are no longer the red of a devil folk / tiefling. They are the white as snow of an Archon, one of the most powerful Celestials in all of Celestia. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Bro,